Busia ya chache ubia ya damase se udi we na to ha na oba betie OBGH ekosu dwumadie na yeba ababedi ene enwumre ewo ho ewo Ghana mema wo good evening PepG ose ohwemi free dunkwa akwaboso okay PepG mechiao minim se sisi wasiripe na wo hwe me ewo ehonom no meda wase pa ewo Ghana wase we love you for what you are doing. Thank you very much PepG. Meda wase pa na abna edu enso so join me sisi abna na it say I hope so ho ye pa pretty much no ya feel enti ene me ba cho ye be hia we input pa ewa ha se medi kan ka cho sisi minim bibia abra minim bibia enti ze ubaso a minim bibia so atase but me disclose into they don't worry about it. Why yem fana unisa so to the bitch ya say okay every for your chachamo biemu ewo OBGH ekosu dwumadie ene ye ba bedi enkomo kakra ewa ha as a matter of fact ankomo we ehu hia me pa cho bomo na share video yi ema me because Facebook omo share video nti wa wo hwe me wa wo ye part of us when ji program no ho a wo hwe sisi no wo mum na wo se wo share na me pa cho etwe enkrofo de omoba am sorry etwe enkrofo de omoba esanse se wa anye ne saa Facebook for enya de a omo no omo be share ade mo fa che me na eyi a mekuta me de monitor wa ha na yesa no eni ntini bomod na se wo be share wo share na aboa yen na ade nipa aba no omo nso so abekye o madwene ne yenyina ya toato adwene de ko minim se wo be share but bomod na ne share ma me wo ba me pacho mama sonte na me ma shout out because me shout out ne hu hia me se nya mo a enye nipa kakra bi a ya na mo ba be hwe me a probably no ka bi a program ya o se ka me jaye so ati ase esanse eye munti na me yeye enye me a mete ha na hu hia aya adwene a ye nyina ye toatoa eye because of Ghana nti na eye education a ye fa edi free program no mu no eno nti na ye nyina ye wo ha. I always say mete ha no I don't know everything enye bibia na menim enti wo na wo hwe me no there are nyoma bi wo ho a wonim pa especially say wo frɛ me na say wo de sa nyoma ne tudwa ya na emamani. I also learn from comments amodeba. I learn from mo frɛ eba besimu a de mo ka no eno misua bibi edi free mu ti day in day out ni nyina no ye informo enkrofo say program say na ekoso awareness say na ye de eba ama enkrofo ayeden age edi atumu nom de awe ahoyie na ya interact ya na eye me dese metena ha na me so Facebook a me nyankrofo say oh yenkohwe obi so ati ase oh yenkotie de obi beka na ye ne nnu nkomo eno no I call that interaction so what must say enti ye OBGH ya ne say ye education wise no ye kire enkrofo te say de enne de ye ba beka because enne topic 3 na ye ba beka no ye besua ye be educate ye ho de enti a e wo say ye den ade no ehu hia say wo say ye ka ho asem we going to put on education basis say wa ha no mo so what must ye wi a ni ya inform you ekwan kra obefa so e this education na ye adwuma. That is the main purpose nti ayewa inform ekwan kra obefa so the education no aye adwuma bibi na wonimu a you will get to know from here. Na fit aye conversation a me ne ebia me apart from baba be kamensa e wa ha na ye conversation na also ka ho because ode o message ba no ode o comment ba no eneme nyaagene sometimes because enye bibia na meka wa ha no mu a obeka say eh we dey obi e ka ne kra na asese bi o ka bibi wo ha wo ne me nyaagene. That is why we are here in order for both of us and as ye nyina ye toatoa agene nti so wo hwe ye nyina ye ne say education, information, interaction. These three enyoma miensa we eno ena ye ni eje ho ni sa ni nti no ya na eden se ye beba betena na ye didi atem in the sense say onipa a wo pese wo educate obi no se wo didi nipa kro na tem a on tie. Education be any one more woko school demo kwatena wo se wo kwa akosua de a ye didi watem sa de ntina wo besua de. No. So what you say me for mo me ka bibi de akyerɛw na mpese wo eto wa adwene mu a ense se me didi a watem ansa na what you say. No. Wo ye nipa wo dwene enu nti no. Ena se ye interaction wa ha na se ye didi atem ye de ye de a ene na hu hia se wo se ba betena. Raskotoka me chiao ewo aha enti na ensem na ye beka no moma memfa enwum ba akopɛ bi emfam enti me ba na mabie ayi no so ye friend say topic ne so e de amaye nyina na kyese ye nyina ya bobo ho na yetie de epepa enti no muntie enwum we emfifiri continue wo na yentie me ba cho muntwen me ba sisi a yentie enwum kakra ne mfa nyeje ye nkrofo tata
my bro, can you pass anywhere? Me come up your back, me come up your back, my bro, can you pass anywhere? Me come up your back, I'm obisu no bia ye obibinini atwepone ne be ene wa ye wuyi mi bonia I swear wallahi ni penni aye mu a so da ya we na sekre ye nyina ye ka no kwenti na ye bre wa ma yo ko tampo na utwedu grenadu oba akobo me kwedu ni se ko kapre ana bodu me ko ton me ni omo chano pa no e progress to guma bo be ne di kwadu bibia woni mo senkafo ne kan asemwe utumi fa me jai I feel it yo fa ko genya swan sumo fe na jo mo kan menya da pre who the trip said no travel the party for the sika netto obidi ahofo pro bi the sika netto ula nye family kan correct in bottom e yo ya ehyew se meko shito utuku asan ya utime kan de o girlfriend so marry nam da my home is me so tie be show ya o nye me for na me cresign me ya man I know the certificate like mo de me mo nya chia bro so fe me go so me lie there want to she can back for me come na so da me kasa mu do sini me do it tata we list mistake go me ho abeti ahye sika modie ina obefi watching bonne say reserve player this make you check this me fan lawyer obia tumi nye obia koto unu mo bia me so me no me pito afoko utumi nye obia me come obia pass my bro can you pass me come obia pass me come obia pass my bro can you pass me come obia pass
bibia ya botre dilute my pussy watch na me koje bi say US embassy cry to cry mama me to sign dey ba no what me you when pass at sign if I only cool me dey be my buy rap the politics no that am a sign adaje nim my family there with you to chale we there no more delay bia when na waka say bia eyesini hand go hand come and sack on the server away from the soul no back of tracking force me fa won say me come hold there no pause then I tell you na me say na me your boss e pass any so say me fanya me Chris Cross come white up and who say oh soldier but that pray and put a tank to moja to makata there so tell it no be proper big time I'm robber this time you go suffer no more go slow me hitting my fine I depend on when your muscle do me who's you and say now well you what's say that brag will be do oh yeah so yeah and achieve what daily they say achieve
me come up your pass my bro can you pass me come up your pass me come up your pass my bro can you pass me come up your pass me come up your pass my bro can you pass me come up your pass me come up your pass my bro can you pass me come up your pass my lad is a plane mini continue minister for police and nonsense affairs ebeko go here ekeko corner no lie opa me try your party nam to baby spa you hear me right this one it's a bad body Mr. Robert Tim Sika Poche money man me kodi obiaje hodo obiaje obiaje to who want the neuro mass for them na be rock wife The soap and the cake. For one of them star coach, I'm a cake. Or the one she shall me say, "Born I need to my chocolate, my palm, my tea." For the men,
your boys, you
Meme Kasak, one or two. I wouldn't know Kenny and so I buy your friend or no. Doctor, this is my normal. Allah, Wakubari. Mishano Papa, no Jango Lanti. No sugar, no milk, dear. I said my own can air pan, so many fast. Sit back, watching me. Come and join us. She 2000 free and fair. Only Panya. Now come up your boss. My bro, can help us. Now come up your boss. Sediva.
Looky, maybe I will be a Mechiawa. Looky, me patch, maybe I will be a Mechiawa now.
Oh, then I'll bomb and you might die in Mesa. And you can come down, I don't come off.
This Morris production.
Brazil, you can say, we set up with the sudden loca.
I'm here continuing. Featuring dialogue.
If you are, sir, and way back a hip life.
And then you move.
Continue on yet and hip life for the way back. On say, yeah, 34 kakra edi ya na nyumbi se ni ye ba ema ye ho esane ye continue enye on say obo guy be din say Mr. Odro no ye me senior ewo school on na obo abi ba very good abi ba ya da on the boss anyum no enye Rexuma de no so bo ba ku bi
very good Abiba Resuma.
Rexoma de
Abiba.
We de very good Abiba, Mr. Odro. Or
but Mr. Odro, Mr. Odro. So I was saying from Paul.
Oh, boy, my son, a friend who's never no boy, ma. If you are the baby and come looky me part into Bomodnana join it. Looky, your trail. And kakape ma send the link no at the amount into Bomodnana also a bra na yen share and common as you be cash as ye dear into Omobeka one na yenina ya Bomodna atwa abjene akabo me chiao say o share minim baby a wo free bad me das say okay James Tete and so see monso munyina me chiao bia if ya ene ye babe di enkomo ye enkomo na ye babe di no ye wo 3 topics a ye pese ye ka ho asem enu nti no ye bebo mod na say ye be to ye boss na ya cover those 3 topics no nyina so what ya say me da say wa share obg chatade obg chatade efu if ya we dey share me delish designs na ye ma mi o ese mani ye bi ma wa chiro anadwo nkomo nso gumu
Madam Delicious,
Delicious designer. Delicious designer, yeah, man. Okay. Your first topic, you know, Nkoranza police killing, no. Yeah, beka sa, no, asem. Yeah, justice for DONKOR. Justice for DONKOR. Yeah, be discussing, aha. And only your first year, beka ho asem. And afi so Accra. Is ya talk afa ho ye beka ho asem why ne fa blame no mano sometimes ne ya na type blame government but and also so and afi so jata mienu jata so mo ye ne maw so mo ye mpanimfo omo ye ne makakra omo nyini adolescent jata na business mogul bi a wo Ghana ye friend no Cheeder and I say Freedom Caesar and our koto omo na odine begu ni fie ena chese onye omo na no asem ne kire se ono no through tourism basis into no de bae ye be ka sa asem no enso ho nti sa topics me ensa we ene aha de be ka no eno no nti wa wo hwe me no se ye bie phone lines ni tumu na se wo bibi ka wo ho anase wo ni bibi fa ho a me pa che wo betimi afre na munya nto boase phone lines no enye den a ye bebie atomu se wanya kwan hwe me dia ene na bomodna na hye na enko eso ye dwumadie we afia ekoso ewo eco radio omo efa na live awo omo page ni so tune in ukọ ho a obetimi atie yen sisi a eno nso so live ewo eho no mo obetimi atie na live afesuso ukọ uba Facebook ti se de ye hwe ya bacho ubenya bi ewo obgh page ni so obgh series na osan kọ your friend is saying YouTuber obgh series ewo ho afia hene YouTube page afia ewo eho eco radio YouTube page so ewo ho enti no ba bia wo befa bia no utimu se udam ubenya bi de ahwe eco radio de ye ne omo edi wonsa woso ene omo sports no na editwam sports no B flat na odi ho chiame na honestly speaking many nyi B flat ho because ba bia mefa bia it seems so against me e was sports bia me support me has a folk ni no ono so support kotoko eno de nkenya menwanwa but there na Europe no yen Liverpool for ene yentimi anye league no ye ni abere eye ne de afia ye ne de enemy of progress eye ne de ne men kasa enye hwe Dr. Ed Michiao afia be hwese nka Dr. Ed every ebia 3 weeks bia no ye de ne beba me anajon komo ewo your friend saying ye dwumadie ni so nti abutefo mo nhye ne so afia yen jump in action looky oh man na me hu se wo hwe yen na si me pacha o chema me pacha brasisia okay afia last week mu say last week right na Nkoranza abrantie bi a your friend DONKOR the first name no the same cry Albert right
Albert DONKOR yeah
your friend Albert DONKOR abrantie no mamemfa we ento so real quick ebekata yanimu de but if you are my to so real quick
okay
abrantie na owo ase no abedonko eno no abedonko yi according to information aminyaaye yeah according to information aminyaaye no na ekire se abrantie no ada anajo odane dem around 2 o'clock and a police for me no se sen se me ensan so a omo baaye ebebo ni punumu na ne ma me sore ye busa ya ye se ye mra me fa ne mra na sebi enioma bi a ekoso a ne ho bon mu no ye nkototo na afia omo de abrantie yi efri ne fie ma me ne se wo ka ho ne o makwa omo se da bi omo kire no se ye kọ this particular police station a young Nkoranza police station omo de kire se ye kọ Nkoranza police station ye de na ekọ ho enti bra bi ena o se okay wate ena omo tu car no pa ena omo de ne kọ at the beginning of no a chie no ya be chi 2 o'clock o ma me ne se woni car o de be kọ ahefa no kọ akọfa so atia enti omo de ne kọ James yes ade chin ye ma me na ani akiri that particular no ade chin ye ena oto aso call police station ho afia okọ ya yese ye mfa boy ne ma police station ho ena police for no kire no ba bia another police station am say no so sen Nkoranza de no se sen yo omo de ne kọ ho ena ma mi ti kwa so to san kọ okokoduru ho so a yese ye mfa no ema ho nso so na chese ade ne se the baby a sikika kono ke me ya se omu police
baby awo
sabi omu be che boy no omu be che Albert na baby kuro nso ye de ne kono nso so a ye nhunu ho so what you say no san back to your friend is saying Nkoranza police station ho ma me ne san back a afi ne ye ba be kire ne say afi the third place bi wo ho no mo a ho na ye de ne call ye If you are san ko ho no mo a ho nso so bio yes da anu nso so ni ho na afi ye ka kire ni se onko fie sada mete no se ebia na me ka asem na chia na afia obetimi aka na wa kan ye di ama me but yes onko fie na ye be frɛ no afi wo ko fie nem se sa ade achi ye ne ye ba be bona mane se Nibano was involved in an armed robbery. Say armed robbery attack. Say armed robbery or you involved. Anything or no, ya boni tu ekuno. If ya sa same way anye enipa bebree de e won Nkoranza, including youth na omo won Nkoranza no. That same way anye nipa bebree de. Na me ameti ha nsam no ye me na kakra. If you answer me na kakra. Esan say the Martin we chiri no. Say the entire ye be far boy na ye de ne call ye na nkasa no. Em say no wo. If you ma on kan bibi kakra mfa ho ansa na ya toa aso. Me wo video wa mebo eye oye chire a mebo for the purpose of a UA no. Na ye de aya. If you uchi ne ho sen yetimi be chi obi e de no ekọ around 2 anaju 2. Ede ne ko wa bra police for enye police for na be chi na because em say me tie boy no abusua pani se ne wo fo se bibi ne wo fa na wo yeso fo no me tie no yese car no kra mpa ye de be chi no na enye police car afiam ba cho bremu
Obi dedi kan meda wase na mechia obi je chatiefo nyina omo ba so omo nhye mfamaye obi case we me amadi akira na according to sources so na guy no fi baby neighbor na laptop e bag me bonechi ntem se odu first you know omo gina na born sections nti okon okoto amrobri
na first year mo born section no na
a police for
your friend say barrier na okay
nti okon okoto robbery scene mu nti true you know omo yes omo ejom ho niema no ana ohun se omo na omo wom bi because the guy no oyobi a you close to people and officer or you close to police for the fire service for
so a local person
yeah into no onima manfo in terms of true that sin no and or identify a maniphobia or more service in more onimo into
police for omoka am robbers ne ho
yeah. Okay. You know why I shock in terms of more bono cramane, the laptop and makwa eka sin mo. Inti true video ne a year me tie bi no. Omo more joint bi wo ho a amanfo kokko tenatena ho. E kokko je omo ahome, e kodi nkomo e to bi nom so what I say mpanimfo nya kwotata nti okotena ho na em say nkomodi die mu no. Insta se bia nko be kipu no. No one who next forward no okotena ho and all the dim komo se nyema se ne koso amrobi attack ya bomi age me ho nyema nyina na kroma sana because before then na Nkoranza aye hu dada amrobi cases koso ye serious on Nkoranza ama manfa bohu a say about 6 to 7 na stores ho nyobi atotum esa notorious armed bespana abakronum ho enti o identify na ka say sa kromu akwa sa krono a ekoso nyina no sa manifo ensa wombi so wo komo kokodi ni wo no enti through that na so omunya asa information no because omo a ohu omo no hu no enti na e wo so omo ya fast ekofa no so the bear breaky nti asem no nimfiti ase nyina no now my memory main question now about no so one obi the medical answer one emra so say Ghana ye started na ye sua citizens no ye right ya ye wo
Exactly.
Because police ni ba so ba aba chewa. One, I was also an identity card. A human card. It shows a police officer. Also in the show. What I say? Two. Say better no corner woman in no. Oh, alright, so follow mo call police station because now when I chew but busheri no who to be follow up echo hobby. Then follow because they didn't know.
Mejidi say any murder case in the to squad. You can choose to say, okay, munkomia
meba because that's adiasa. That is your right.
And yet necessarily say it was a metina police for muna modemeko.
You have the right to ask why you are coming for me at this particular hour.
Yeah.
Okay, monko muni mi fee. Mi gane am beti mi ache me. Adechi ameba. Anasibia, I need a lawyer to follow me to answer your questions. 3. A citizen bia no so ni sika or be fa lawyer. E was a state no and as a country now woman no e provide no lawyer. O see your good nyina. E wo ho e wo constitution do. We have to know all this. So wo enti no nyese obi ba na adwona na mba be chewo na no. Na madi akire. Na maame nso sabi Ghana ohia sem. Sabi illiteracy nimdi a enka ho nte no. Maame no wabohu. So wo se nka maame ni nim ne right na nka boy ni nim ne right na nka nipa wo ho a. E wo se nkom kan se monko ya nka sa ye be dey. Okay, so wo ka akra na na metumi ka na madi mochi. Na yakoma kokko twema no mu asem. But muntimi nti nipa ne fa nka che maame ne say Debbie, Mamuni Machi. As an Abraham minimo, no one show Mukadi be a motion identification better say we police in it. Over so now the police car never. Nsanema when you know. I was saying beside questions. So Obi. Now, and your first time me. Kaka case in the sea, you know. Every minute. Ye na good results bia emfam firimu emaye. What you say? Election time. Oma ye kumo omo no after na ye nya results bia emfirimu maye. Ni nyina so no security agents ene kumo omo. Nya hwemfirimu. Ena we asan beto so be 4 times is the same. Obi anka sanfa ho.
Adia menwanwane say. Also police for the almost statement by say. Omode sana mete minya statement no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But mete say yes omode boy no. Kono. Ena arm robbers buy ena kwaye exisana okay mebo sana ne wofana. We ade a metie free ne wofa na oye sofo no o se ne wofa ade yeso ono na ekaye e na emse Nkoranza MP member of parliament enso so ono so metie ne dia ono so kaye o kire se police for the statement by say armed robbery na ekoso o mo transport no e na armed robbery no etuo ka Albert ema ni wuye eti ni wofa
where is the body
eba ne ofa ne kan say okay arm robbery na ekoso anya den aka na omuti mu se nipa bebre ne ti den na obi a woteka achi no ono nko a netu aka no that is what now me ya say say no police for omoto anansesem too much the entire make us say say nansi a say bullion van case by police ni na no mo kase na ono police ni na oka arm robbers ho no
yeah
me person me bo story bi ba oka arm robbers ho no
yeah
mo no mo kire se mo de no ekwo obi a no oda hospital mo kofa no a mo de ne mo amunim se oye arm robber police ni oye arm robber ya che no mo sa de natena ka mu se ye de ne ko ba bi a arm robbers ne wo amom okwa akokire oduru ho a mo anhye no Vesta a protecting no. Number Babeka said during confrontation with the armed robbers, no. and you shoot you or no ekuno. Oh, police for it seems as they say no more to an answer more Ghana. As a matter of fact, Nanka manage who say IGP way abay. And your ma be fine because already we are see in your manner. But it looks as if say as they say no Ghana for enya doubt when you move Accra. Because every bit of article I'm reading about police forces say for the America credit actually say as if say your club within the police institution now they are the ones that are operating so be as same way obi be say you kwadu ana way in America ye chi abronya be gina ha kan sa same way kamuti afia se minim so ti abronya nsem bia o kan time ye chi no na or kind point blank said no police no proye ewo police Ghana police mu
Obi metimaka bibi
ba chokoso
niema na ekoso no it's not within only the police.
Okay.
A mafia group. Politicians are involved in this game. I can tell you point blank. Se me ready a system na ekoso no. No me ready system a ekoso se wo Ghana na. I can tell you point blank say politicians are involved in it. One, why is the IGP silent? Don't say I say you who say never because of internet and so be kitatu. You better say IGP my action. Baba release press statements. So why is it that this time around, this kind of issue that is going on, no? The IGP, the police, and all the governmental agencies, they are quiet. Someone is behind this case. Obia oye much powerful. I can tell you. Oye behind this case. Sikanaba. And why and a small momoko this argument? Someone is behind this case. Ah, Nipano Wabaimu. Nipano politician. That one, there is no doubt. Why is he silent?
Mebo, Samichi Uchimwa, that means he say, does this boy, this very boy, a dear na, or circumstances na akofane swana. And I say, or bibi ankasa wo ho edinti na ya sheda amaya besuma abeche na kukunana.
He has something to reveal. When it comes out, you have to mention another name. The aim say you have to silence you. So who are these people?
Ye wo empanimfo mo hwe man so. And ye wo ye for security apparatus they say police service amohwe man so. Na say ye wo inside that ye wo proyening crofo mu a when something happens ayitimi kase kokoyi nipa we free ho na pani mu bitimi ma that order ne dia.
Yeah.
Na Ghana nye safe.
Obi. Wonim.
Na Ghana nye safe.
Guy bi wo krom ha sei. He did not escaping kakrebi, one of the most notorious and wanted criminal Interpol and all the agencies are penna for so many years. Nancy be a channel. Me feeling her, me kunu be me and kamane me dino. Ya channel. And now go to prison. You know what happened? Supreme Court. I'm a releasing no. You releasing no. We're gonna. Adentia. Nema bia kwa se o baby. Afe na o masina kasa no. Kwa na fast for releasing no. Enye no kwanse no. Yen sign empe no nche no. But that time no. We're gonna you a year film. Ah, almost say o man be sia boka. Amasia pen a drug lord. Cartel and kasa. So this is the kind of game I start here in Ghana within the politicians. me share krom ha say some of the things na me dia to Ghana nyema ekoso na ma hu say the same thing that is coming out from Ghana. And when this begins, Ghana is not safe. Ghana is not safe. There are some people behind this kind of crimes are obviously superior. They don't want their names to come out. But there will be a time their names will come out, but there is nothing you can do about it unless the citizens begin to rise up to defend their rights in Ghana. What I said now, guy ready, you know. Mamini can kasem. George Floyd, our US on Ghana. You cool, no. Our dear father president came out, brought out friends or the press release by statement by. Ebe show modern Emma kwema black Americans of Ghana ebe ye ma George Floyd. Let's ask we. I didn't know BBC our president is quiet about these things. As a matter of fact, ECOWAS leader, ECOWAS president. Make us a West Africa, I say the whole Africa. ECOWAS, let's say within Africa, and I say West Africa. Africa, West Africa.
Economic countries of West Africa.
Yeah. And to the ultimate position, and yet, Nkolamu, he is there for peace. Why is he silent over all these kind of crimes that have been going on in Ghana? But when he goes outside, now Okoshia BBC for another thing. It's not. I convinced him said there is peace in Ghana, but he can't handle it. Is it because he was much interested in him being a president to fulfill his aim, and then he doesn't care about the people? Now, my make us some Ghana for momo de mo want to amanu for so na adi mo team no. This is the time you rise up. You think twice before you vote, because your lives are at risk. We are very careful. Why is it that our president is silent? I didn't he doesn't talk on Kasa. The only thing that he comes out to say is, my fellow Ghanaians, nothing comes out of it. Nka president, nka DBC na se begu animu asia. At least I was saying can we release the press statement say ade we e koso no bia say ni say no e bia IGP on taking action. Now IGP me person be say say e de benti e na why silent one pa ode no ho ye bo samra ne na ye bo ntwene e de je wotata. Why are you silent? Why are you silent?
Afia asem sebe asem sebe se odwene nneoma bi hu a sometimes ni ya na ontiase se odwene nneoma bi hu a ya na ontiase ya na nka ye hia se ke benya nipa a omo nka basade we form ho na nka oma be chichiri mu, but here we are yemfa press release bia emaye Anita Lawa I greet you anasa mechiao William Akosa Willie mechiao ena Madam Delicious Harriet Pompepra mechiao Mary Yupu ansuso mechiao afia mame emo video we na youth na no mo wo ho no eye oye kire na yenhwe ade bi ewo ahanomo me pese me bossa yi we na yehwe ade bi ewo ahanomo. As a matter of fact ma memfa credit no ema ba bia me twi free kakra ewo ha enti mu yenhwe ade bi why so for me yenhwe ade ewo ahanomo sise ya.
Angered by the alleged killing of a 28-year-old trader and a footballer by the police, the youth of Nkoranza, who had earlier suspended a protest march, vented their spleen on the local police headquarters.
We are not going anywhere until the police kill us all. Nobody.
They called off the march to give an ear to the paramount chief of Nkoranza, Govt IV, who appealed for calm as he promised the support of the traditional council for speedy investigations.
If we get the culprits today, everything will be fine.
The demeanor of Nana Bafo, who echoed concerns of the youth, is one that portrays the feeling of insecurity among the larger population in Nkoranza.
Even when I came today, my policeman, I was a bit scared when I saw him with a gun. Because you are not sure who pulled the next trigger, who fall victim. Nobody feels safe here. If the peacemaker is alleged to be committing this kind of crime, then you are not sure of yourself.
Few minutes after the meeting with Nananom, a section of the youth bent ties as they blocked a section of the main Nkoranza Ejula Road in front of the police headquarters, whilst casting insinuations and aspersions on officers on duty. Perhaps that was a shadow of things to come, as the situation escalated with the police headquarters becoming targets of the youth who wore hoods to conceal their identity amid threats to journalists not to film their ads. They managed to flee suspects in police custody, including this man who was removed. The attack remained one-sided for several minutes until the arrival of a police reinforcement team. The youth, bent on taking the fight to police, stood their ground as they pelted the armed officers with stones and clubs. At least 9 persons who sustained gunshot wounds are receiving treatment at St. Teresa's Catholic Hospital. Reverend Father John Bremy is administrator of the hospital.
We have about 9 people who have suffered various injuries.
All right. If you Mame Emfa your friend is saying and no Emfa Ensiha na yenka bibi ketua bi Emfa ho wa ha Gabriel Mensa Michao Charles Longishin Michao unso. If you honestly speaking, me feel say to me, I would say 2 wrongs does not make it right. Even though you say nipa sebi omo aku abet it is alleged say a police for at this moment me did say police for no enyin to mu say sebi omo nipa na aku anasa omo nkrofo na befa your friend say abet edene call ya sebi amano akwakowu omuntimi nyintu mu sa menim say a investigation, but if I mean to me, we have to also condemn some of the actions your friend is saying you putune out there so what you say, because oyeni ya omuye ya oma say enioma what you say omu akwakobu edeni ayi enipa ya chi oma tumu ama throughout this nipa ba ku bie masan ahwere ne nkwa wawu what you say. I mean ya obi awu ama yeah try say you be find a solution to it, but then no oye kire na amonso amasan akwa ama another person na wu ama ba bet say 9 people assign injured omo prepare omo da ho no. That means say emfa ayi papa bi ama me hunu sabi oh yeah or yeah try shouldn't be violent a bit me akọ to the stand they say obi so besan wu must we have to say obi be wu aka abete ho ansa na who said ye ne ya na afia
obi one me pese me say nipa na owu ye no through the demonstration na BBC ya borom toto na bi kan owuye and as a police for no tear gas no to om toto ene kan omuye
Omuntimi mfa ayima out there, but I'm tempting to believe say because our police, as a matter of fact, na me ba was our police for no by the way even tear gas crowd motor no aiming towards the crowd now ye way na it could be that no and it me kun nipa krono
na obi se wo pe freedom ye kuro no I didn't pen in front so it seems that they are doing nothing about it. Or pe freedom at least sacrifice must be made. Nema we yakoswa solution be mfrimuma. Solution be mfrimuma. Now my baby say a police forecast na ya say omo dem but the fact say no is it important, more important than obi ba wawu ana. Where is the body?
Let's try to be you say and yet important than that. But doing this, is it going to bring the person back to life? That is my question.
Obi, it's a sign of a warning because security I have for some boy on Hobino. Someone can what is the need of you being in that town?
You can.
We can't trust you people.
You can do whatever you need to do with that because I find it so you say how so be a na ye pe solution na makwaya diama another person biem asanye wu.
Who killed that person? That is the issue. Why is the body of DONKOR? So I will buy most police offense and robbery. What creative stories na? Where is the body? Yeah, yanisa me ba wu na mi hu body want to kwera kasa ko wo desert so. Krom ho an ye no. Where is the body of Isaac DONKOR? At least mama me hu body ni mi say to ne kan no. If say to ne ha ne kan no. Nenye postmortem. Where is the body? That is it. Nti anibra I say okraman ka nibra so anasa o ka wa nibra so. Where is the body of Isaac DONKOR? Where is the body, Obi?
And say, and I mean, at this moment, police for Antimi Emfa a statement be my. I believe said just because I said they don't even know say a police for the betche abedon konankasa na senya no kre.
If they don't know, why are they police? Why do we have
asemustia somehow no sometimes and it takes time to do the investigations and all that stuff. So what must BBC
Obi according to no omwagina to me say omonkrofo ne cool boy no MP na babonten omwaka era
alleged. I'm not defending
omwagina to me say omo na omukum no
me ba me defend the police for was that case way but I'm trying to put it as a possible explanation I bet me this very case because me tena say me blame Chinchina. First of all, me blame Chinchina a police for na I don't think it's my idea. In the sense, first of all, no, no, they came at night. O man for police car na buy and ya say okay, ya fast and I say at this moment, no, it's just a speculation, say a bit me a police for
Obi. Senior police ya adentima mo call man ka say yan small police for bia say because mama be bia na mo ka to me say ane ye do mo call it means they are police officers
they
ti obi se me nsuma me ba so nkonkonkonko disika mfi obi ho na BBC a oba mo ka say maame o suma o ba so me disika na sika no untwa ya na se me nsuma me ba me ka say me suma me ba o baby bia na ma frɛ me ba no ma suma o baby enya me maame me na me ba wo ho e ba disika no
via wo analogy na wo ye no this time around nipa ne ba no otimi bo wudin say wo ba we ne ba but this is the situation they don't even know say police for ne call fear how to begin with now
obi mesere so mo suma police for the question is say my say police for ne buy fine now omuko police station one a police for corner e directing said that you only ha monko ha which is confirmed say only ha say na monko ha say ba say be yes and the cause why were they tossing them so much more police need here on that fateful day I didn't tell you because I small but we will do an investigation and find out whoever is behind that crime. But most say it means a crime. What I say? Confirm it. They have confirmed it. What I say? Say me and me inspector. I was charge officer. Let me bow some baby be here. Now catch me say, Anne. But only a transfer the police station. It means a yampa. You know something about it. Into one, crime officer, one, he needs to be arrested. Do further investigation. Find out who sent them. Where is Albert DONKOR's body? Why did you go for him? Why didn't you allow him to defend himself? What you say? Police for birim to your baby bia. Your police for me abon for more. Omutimikum innocent souls. Police inspectors for omobabon thing. Ma pressed a release. Eka asamono. Na afraid punishment ono. Out how what you say? This time around, nobody is talking. So the more they are silent on the case, means there is something behind it. Because in the first time, Kaka did the same thing that happened. So who is behind Albert DONKOR's death? Who are these criminals that are doing these things? Now, Mamika Sembako, Buna Hafu Regional House of Chiefs. Now, say me was Domahene, the boom once my mechabe obia mesere, oh, bird drama. Una wo dog one. Now me who say Regional House of Chiefs na wa bra afo no boko share president. I don't know say mo this way together I don't know because maintain. But someone found to get here. Nanka I was expecting you say bra mo ko share president no. First thing and it's a case we see. Because the first time a crime taking place in Buna Hafo. Into this time I was expecting you the chiefs to come out. Now, more addressing this case before the president. Now, on taking action about on it. Now, secondly, apart from House of Chiefs, Mr. I have for more Ghana. What are you doing about this case? Now, no, too for Mr. Mechabia. Nana, King Solomon, Mr. I can't wait, I can't wait. You for differences in Phantom Chain. Momana Bontain. Talk about this kind of crime that have been going on. Now, the can't be Ghana offense, Peace Council for. What are you doing about all this kind of crime that have been going on in Ghana? The only thing that you know is to defend cathedral. But when an innocent soul is being taken from their hands now, or their lives are being taken from them, you don't talk. More human is saying, Peace Council, more Ghana, Aglo for women. I am man, mutino called that. Your friend is saying a stadium, a bomb, pie, a country, a shoe. What are you saying? Moba and a year kuku momono. I don't know my dear glow for another Makaman with atom. Muduti is saying. Now, Nkoranza Sukra Mudempo, the Methodist software, ya. That's what I have for Bukano. The form saying,
I use you, Anna, Methodist software, I use you.
Omo Okwe of Dana Christopher Okwe or Madame.
Christian Council for
Christian Council. Girl for issue by, move to Tomua, Kasaya, Kabia, and Tiasia, Gomora, Soberum Gomora. Moduman say, you Funa Yakumon, why are you silent, our dear pastors? Why are you silent? Maybe someone ne. A soft one, come on, or two. Why are you silent today? Now, human rights. More here, more Mokasa, more defending human rights. And why are you silent on this issue? ECOWAS mpanimfoɔ ECOWAS one of the most disappointed organizations I've ever known in the world, and Omokahobi, because Nigeria, the same thing has been going on. And you know, Omunyina pe nipa obetima so je Kagame so wan. Ono pe e na betima ka se be ye ka. Se ka Gaddafi ti ase a, nko no so oye good. Owo maka no de na omoyi. They are the same. They can't protect us. Obi, me for Siana.
I mean, read the message way every Stella or say, but didn't the mother saw them? Mr. Obi, please try and be reasonable. We are talking about human life here. Why are you trying to justify these issues about police unnecessary killings? Is becoming too real. Ghana shouldn't be like that. Okay, Stella, and yes, sir. Me defend it per se, but sometimes we just have to give benefit of the doubt to kakra ewa, because you Ghana people wear police atade soja atade edikudi and somewhere ehun here ediche police ye cheap da. So my point that I'm trying to make here and say, what if say a bonifo bi na omakope police atade ashe in the process of say a babechi akolano because yen. So what you say, ebia they could be say a nipano omu police muampa. Ebia bet me abaso mu police muampa. But adiana omu babe namusana ye illegal enye ne kwaso yansuma wo mu nintino. They came in there what you say to make sure say omu be this guys wo. When it happens like that, it take time for police to investigate all these things. So what you say, pretty much, ebia yes, no, if you can't see the bar, yes, ebia with the bar because say, police for near no. So what was it? Sometimes the people you don't have to come out real quick. So I'm not justifying anything. Me objective here. I'm being very, very objective. Yes, I'm supporting whatever the killing is going on because Sabi. Se police if one to me and your majuma, me meti ahano me feel say a beer, me nyame ho. But then I meba Ghana, meko Ghana, me corner sa same way ekokotomi woha. I'm expecting police say ombe o majuma. Na omo ultimate a protect your friend is saying me. So what as inti say ejigua me corner say akromfo be time me minya obia mfa nka no. But in those dispensation, minti me emblemu too much of a police searching a police for ena chinchina omo yes adie no mean to me so what I say mean to me emblem omo too much sir and nuntina sometimes ubo ha kakra no wa ma ekwan kakra say okay this also could have here the be ebe to me happen e wo honomo and nuntina make us and Stella we dey mesrew I am not supporting a nipa na yakunu no. Ena ebiem. Stella, let's take this scenario. Yakunipa. In our trying to find out exactly what the cause na say yaku nipa no. Must we have to say also a nipa biemu san wu ewo nipa na wu na ebimu nso san prepra ka ho ana. That is something I me full say. There is a limit. Youth no mubetimi aye but it shouldn't have to be bloody. As so obi wuka abete ho. So what you say? Sabi police for baye almost started say almost ye shooting, What I'm expecting is say mube because kwa obi apeso otena nkwa mu. So what must say? Mube this person obi akoni fie boko. Said the bayankasa ewuo we ya aba ama obi asan ewu. Sabi ama enipa asan prepra no. Enu susu nka entimi nsi sabi de owu ye owono so wa abusuafo na afe edi oyone a emfata ensenum ne sa no manem ni nyina eden asan ba beka ho eba ne sa eye youth na na yesan eku omo wotumase eye youth na nkasa na omo fight for no they are the same people sabi eba ye see until say police ni bia wu omo ne kuta weapons what you say. If you want to kuta weapon, sabi say who citizen now we youth no. So ubenya weapon na ebia ukuta sekan na answer na ubedru police ni no the two na bo amu. Eti we have to be able, and if you made mention say in the power struggle, no, these things are happening. This is not struggling of power. Where or yet children or more yet to disclose or more displeasure about what is going on. In order for me, sir, BBS as a mentias here, say, yeah, do I have to let somebody else die? And that's will be a prayer. And as I say, Japade and Sana, you solve that problem, Nana. No, there's a lot of ways I bet me go on this. In order for yeah, or your youth, your friend is saying, but there should be some kind of who say you quote to this extent that we are going too far. If you me there's a meme na metia na say bi mate say Albert na na me hu nipa bi nso through this struggle and all that stuff no me hu nipa no nso asan awu anya me de.
Obi. So, no, what kind of if anything, strategy being a person called Munusu? Now, one for seeking for justice.
Okay. Any panel worry, right? Whatever the case may be, in worry. More yeah or yet. That is fine. You can hold placards, walk through the street and other. What is the point to say I was a block road, Namucha eja editor? Time tie baby
it happens everywhere. No. Obi, they say ensure tire punchenia or war. It's up to here. Oh, you should know, say this killings, it's not going to stop. It has been there. Nobody is saying anything. In time I say Kakadiano, a whole military officer to me at Edina at Ekoto from Edina, they could just see from. Egeji nipa de seni esutu ni kuno, right? Yakum upon say yakum kaka wie no a whole military officer etimi egeji nipa. They said they all war front esutu nipa kuno. End results ne fin by dey ne fin by. Obu de kache me. What was the result? Why not be
honestly speaking, no, and I also me did kind start ya make us and make us say baby econo. The citizens are losing hope in police fraternity itself. So what I say, in a sense, they say, police for these are some of the things more school am I training how to handle people they have clubs and weapons and all that stuff. And some more backfilled and in your dispensation now. That is where you try to put all your knowledge now what learn in the police academy into that, unless of course some person say and some person catch citizens say all more I show police academy they know nothing about police because it didn't happen. If you are there, maybe I'm just trying to say I'm just giving what the solution could be. What the solution if you sometimes you have to protect yourself whether you like it or not. Yes, I know, sir. And your man corner say there is a struggle that you have to go on and use and all that stuff. In using those force, Kaihunu say you're gonna get a reaction from somewhere. And one way the reaction is going to be fatal. That is all that I'm preaching over here. There's no need for somebody else to die. There's no need for SSA. In order for you to seek justice, there's no need for somebody else to die before you seek justice. This is not a struggle of power. It's just a demonstration to make sure say you are disclosing your displeasure about whatever has happened.
We're not just an ordinary demonstration. Just that I disagree with you. We are talking about human life here.
Have you said every year human life is involved?
Every year, that is why the youth are fighting for themselves, their lives, because the youths are not safe anymore. The old ages want to kill the youth, destroy their lives, and they continue to rule. That is the issue here. It has been going on, and nobody is saying nothing. Munya botre no mayedi na panyin bia foja ko disika na wa silence case no I did say kumba offer. Oh, when now but the berries of no affair chira or Jessica. Obi now, so solution but my best here. Why a process of so fat security agencies? One, that is the problem here. Sir, never data forces in my name. Politicians will be our person or normally data forces. It's becoming too much. No more says some say Arnold Schwarzenegger. Abra, Ukraine, Iraq, and Tapai Bayano. Yes, uncle for a monk and dear, a bombe as uncle for no. But I want to move more. No much is some year national security agents, no more Roman citizens. But what about Muntinko and Patawo? What I say, ye phobia Juma. I just say whom you know. Met not at a point blank set police Juma. And ye whom you know. 6,000, 7,000 Ghana cedis. You put it on the tables. You ever found. I am saying it. It has been going on. And now go to university. Now per se opposed to where you pay money before. And to some for now more formos what do you think is going to happen? And our police near what the bonnet. Now Casa woo in the police now narco training, so they now narco trainer on him to on him how to kill. What else? Now why are bonnet now say woo in a D Amanam society no. The same people are going to form criminal organization. Then they come back to disturb the public peace. And the police in here bonia or kum nipa or dear. Keep them ourselves. Mama pania bonnie. Slowly, completely so now on system no more. Because US is there. US two options.
The fact of the case is in before say ubedru say yebekun no. Na yeah those investigation. The reason why I investigation is people you believe say ubi eshechire penimu bi shechira ebia opiapiamo. So what I say ebia all yes monko ye say nti pano na sebi ye investigation ye peno enti se ye ku preko peno e di free hɔ a ka hunu se investigation na ye no esi enesa enu
ti good investigation
so what
my society no hope.
All right
I give record say they are there for us omonto ayina akere no ento achi de asi in the past omonto ngu na ye the way forward in the future nti akoba na sen na esi yakum DONKOR na waye din ananse obi ehunahuna obi kana nutum
ade ba ko a meka ne se Nana Akufuado ye nyina ye papa oman papa enem she say it is becoming a known secret say it's about time I feel say enyoma bi to say esia a citizen now who do almost no ene esi coming out, especially things it comes to the national TV and national agenda no. These are some of the stars and ka brana ebeka bibi kakra afa wonan saying ye beba flood ne so flood ye see akwa bi your friend is saying akwa bi wo OKFM or a reporter or whatever it is in and a flood ni see no or babbage na yi so ebo asase boache echi say asase boache ma out say anything about omo flood na affecting omo no. So what must say ye hear media houses no in order to put pressure on Nana Akufo-Addo. So things like this eba or ye a mining nyina eja sabi COVID by da bia na obema ho your friend say update enti ye ku obia a police involved. What you say? You kun police ni yantehwe enioma bebresi ya people are expecting say papa obeba outside na at least Ubeba ma bibi, ubeka bibi, ediafa for people to know say you are empathizing, you feel empathy for or more or mashri addition. But all your silence me feel say ya na me feel say ya na hajene kakra. Enunti no mesre say papa ya no aba ano aba kakra. Avia ubeza ka bibia na.
Miss Ross send me link any what may you send the movie. You'll be per se.
Okay. Well, okay. Mayama Luki Kwaba. Luki Yama Kwaba.
Hey,
Wama mute Luki. Yama Kwaba.
Imagine also if you are never one where I am a come them or pick any other good page hold on the alarm come to never one where I am away.
Mate.
Obi, make sure I won't wait here for and I hope someone to make her.
Yato Kapa.
Now, if you are and come on, waiting and I mean, it's ye be not the who say, yes, sister be the sisters of fire. I'm so not a or question Obi Kakra.
Yeah.
Now, me Baba Buano near question Obi.
Yeah.
Obi on say, I send me about and yes, a yin trap to swasimo. Weighing your allegations. Where your police for an enuma and you know, and you say be a can and was a way you're cautious. There were more police for an one seminar. Any age now so. And they can say almost so almost far boy no, and a boy no almost custody. Mamma no call hold one. It could be say a much run the first time now yet the boy no call you know. Almost more tron and was a mamma and comrade. Inti Sabay I mean say it's here for I died, you know. I'm say so far the yati afa asem no dodo no a police for na nkasa enu massive.
Ah, mo beka e.
And omo beka e nti se bi obi ka say police for akum boy na. Say no odane dem onu yi meboa.
I don't think so.
No, omo the befa.
Not yase. Omo say dem ho dem nyina.
Aye. Na Robbie Empo Ghana Constitution no say police for mo kwachi obi a mo masade ase mo boni pa no ho ban yo kopim some de no be court amay akobua na tan say owo won say say yachi obi tum no person ko hunger strike kra mpa police for no for so many pani didi because wo mo fie say when ni na komku no kra yetimi de so do e den into say nipa ni so ni di kra mpo na police wo emrama kwan say wo mo force so ye force feed nipa because when you didn't know who na just mo so man hwe kan ama nipa na anye ayeden aku no ho nti say ni ye na ye nim no Ghana eniema bebre when it comes to justice any police and then nioma enkoyi na recently impo no US State Department for warm citizens say a corona friend in Ghana report a war kumi and I no be question me say na a bed in America for mat now no makande so and yes I answer me to you embassy say what Ghana in as US State Department reports now almost the bar out almost Ghana your human rights and koyi in your man and yet US embassy for nkwana e de bawo Togo ambassador crowd or did the same report be the SC wo krom ko no mo de bawo mo enso so ade hye kokosa wo ba ha hunu sese na hate obi mi kan twa to no on say before UK for announce say wo mo de wo refugees be ko Rwanda no na Akufo ado ko fast trip bi wo UK Ghana for bebre anti ase time na UK for decide say wo mo pe baabi a wo mo de enkofo e ba ho be seek political asylum refugees wo mo pe baabi wo mo do wo mo be ko no wo mo ma amai bi asote say oba ye betumi e dey sa contract we aye dey ama wo kai say mre bi Ghana for ye kwaje contract I kind for terrorist for any ye kwaje wo mo ba Ghana so okay a US for pe baabi the terrorist for akono on say yakwaji bi ba ho The same contract, you know.
Say da crampa and Tokwasi Liberia is a contract here, Emma Liberia. One on your day, I Bujumbura, a camp where
yes,
you're known for that.
Yes. Now, Ansana British will be decide the country I emphasize our contract man. A who for the call when no money BBC need because interviewer or cast a Britain for so what's your timeline now? Or quiet no almost a papa who will grow more the airport so will be a refugee. No, a Johnny Abbott with UK and Sassy as I don't know what you know. So a bunny and yes, ends minutes now. One call baby for no. Yan UK phone, said yes, he didn't panico baby, a possum, Drake cried. Na currently, no Ghana, no, unqualified as a peaceful placer will be the political asylum near Accra, near ready see a bedina. Yan Panama Ghana for Munko Fienum Papa Quay, and no more before what the Quay BBC for interview now, no walk can be celebrating for. Also, a free one, woman contract in Rwanda.
Wonderful, no.
It's because Ghana is not seen as a safe place. Judiciary, security problem na ye hunu Ghana no. Aje baby anti no so obi edwaneko UK. Na UK aman say on to mini independent na emum no. Onko baby a Ghana nso ne baby a UK aman free set e why good enough so odi nipa no beko. Enti se bia na Nkoranza de no. Ye binom wan no mo nte ase a yenka hu sesa na ema we akoso ache ne koso che ye no so e binom anya adaje e de ho report akokokoko wo maman so to the extent say Ghana krampo no se ye pam obi a na so odwane ko obi fi a enipa ni timi nka so ma me mfa ngo Lagos na Ghana de me kasa me do ko wa e honye ya rehosem ma mfa joke kakra mfemu a wo ka kra wa hwe a wo besu. The state of Ghana is security near judicial system. Any even pono journalism, freedom of journalism. No, and ya papa, okay, boy, you can record a cars a goomrem. Over the years, cars are my achie goomrem, my boy, and quires and core record. This a cars we what guys who chain a bono.
And Pajanian man who be.
Yes, boy, now could be a friend Caleb. Why a journalist?
Oh, yeah. Yes, our boy Nankasana. Your friend is saying Ukujina, your friend Independence Square time na emso muye bibi wo hwa ye che no mekai.
Yeah.
Or City FM.
Yeah, or City FM. And no dan chan ya what I say journalist bi a onya ante yes galamsey bi kosu wo nwrem. Ah wo mo ye galamsey no mo ni permit wo call ye na sebe ye the Ghana military and ebo galamsey for no ho man. Emma wo call so wo kwa report wa. Ghana military a wo share uniform and na e wonwura mu ho a and that's what mo stop galamsey no. As I said dey we joy FM for the buy Emma ye hu ye. Yes. Inti say e bia na minua so fire onko na bu ye fu kire say so what one Stella. Say Stella e bu ye fu and say bia na bu afu na emum the fact that say onimu pefe say de e koso no it is but minua Stella obi so na aduma na wo ye no. So nko kaso wo jib obia de atuma enke be so aye bias aso wo I'm just playing a devil's advocate over here and yeah munyanto boase emfa emame yo mame chankrofo na fe move on to your flooding semna and so air cost and so a whole new package me pam yeah okay me chia answer kwache me chia DJ me bacho wudi na ka honde mintimi mo yo mo news e wan mintimi mo Salifu Eja Isaac Beatrice bi yete won ka che papa Beatrice go no me chia Nana Ochere Owusuwa Faustina Kodua Ebenezer Prince Obri Yeboa Nana Adoma Opon Bedu me hokafo ehwemene Azobel Era Osajefo Maxaro Amankwa James Munyina Gabriel Mensa Charles Mabudi de Munyina Nechia Munyina de Damasese Monya Ebre Muni AD. Of course, Stella Medican Abudin wa ha menyi mu ena Steven Fogo enso mechia binimu
sports back up, be ni mo sports back up. Look now, Busa, Mrs. Say, Makasi, yene, Echo Radio for Eldins, I was so den. Yeah, as our program, we say, call live for Echo Radio, so,
yeah, share Echo Radio for
TV that was say, Isaac, see, good job. Isaac, me that was a pa. Hey, Frank, Joe, Frimpon, Sega. man like Paul Segole, which yawo. Okay. Momayan ko flooding so. Say minim se flooding na bebreba ekoso ewo enkran. Ghana mamu. Minim say memfa nkonko hye mpanimfo na omo Ghana. Anasa memfa hye citizen na omo Ghana because yaka ye free man santene about 6 years ago. Flooding I see ye ema me waha ena me hu se enipa dasani ahye ete se de pesi ama eja ato ewuramu ete tre kwamusi ye pesi ye ma eja to wuramu a obekona entwene mfui ni noa no ahyehye ayeyeye sei ededa wa nwenwene omose no about 6 years ago circle ene ebisi ye sim say ye nsua nyansa bia mfiri mu every year bia as a matter of fact nsuo to a eyirifa enipa dasani ewo nkran mamu enena me hwe guy bi ye friend say na me hwe guy bi a program of fire ebusafo mo ntwem kakra me ba na me hwe of fire program ene na asema na o kan say o bompa ye senka tsunami anase typhoon enanka ensi ewa Accra because sabi ohunu say citizens na omote Accra no di atem odi omo no mintimi mo because medical can say ya ye ni di atem sese ye ni di atem ewa ha dialogue ni na ye okofu say embra because it seems say citizen na nkasa mu na omote ho no say we decide say we fight for omo a omo the same people a umbesan aba atani aba be ka kire wo say yempe de yepe na yentina mu sabi uye nipa me de say meka masem wa uye nipa me pa chewo government emra emeka kire wo say mentu bola emfa mu gatemu asan what yase ana eno no kire madwene so government no omuntimi nye de o so omoye that is fine but who as a person I wote ho we nipa wote ho no sabi flood no afia any looky saba government wote ayo omotete trasako omo no ye de nuaje ho ya ye ho kama se ase ne atutu e de nsuo na fa hwa ye ho nyina kama omo mfa mo ho enti how se mo no de muntimi enka mo ho mom na mo nka se nsuo ni ba yen ne fa yen enti yen pa bibi nye a ebeboa ye ne da bia as if say de those people don't learn from whatever that happens no mo learning from moma yen hwe your friend is saying sadie we yen hwe ekwan a nsuo pa atimi a moma men hwe wa hanom na yen nyina yen hwe mefa mo chew mama she na ye nyina ye nhwe ade oho ya na ahomete me ya madwin se nka menka ye friend say ensu yire e wo Ghana no nka menka ho asem biem isan se wo beka no waka ne se na enso so sabi meko Ghana da bia ya na me ma no kan se enye den ya meko Ghana sabi meko Ghana na bia me bi ti ba bi place ti sesei na meko akosra ne na seseze nsu ato a one way na me so me kwa kofam awu anase enipa no kra omo ho no se nya me bi no kra na so owu a ye wo wiase no we are somehow connected we don't know enti eto obi a e wo se me hu se atome eti minti ase look you filled ne ho ma menyi ayi ni nwie me wi a medical abaw so na ye hwa ade na mo de mo nhwe ade minim se mo nya bi ahwe but with the moon bear with me, ni en shadi bi kakra bi. E wo han me pam chew.
taxi no say yo, taxi no.
All right. Menimsa enipa bebre kwa enya this very your friend is saying videos different ones ahwe. Ebiom. Okay. Munche kakra. Muma yentie your friend is saying. Komna Japan. Yentie nsembia. Okaye. Ekwanya sabi enka yebetumi afaso. Sa nsuo ya etoi. Enka no betumi abrase. Yentie asemu a Komna Japan ekaye. Isaac say, my brother, I think the country is confused. Me watching here. Me watching here cry. Mummy take Komna Japan wa ha no mo. So for mo dem mama memre kakra ne enti ade bi because it's important. Me enti.
This and then TM they say Mattis, a minister of lands can be about Sir
Asempa FM.
Can say forest.
Yeah,
forest.
Achimota.
Me ba mote menka mote. Okay.
Forest.
Me environmental engineer and I'm here for me. So into green cover is very important.
Asempa FM.
Green cover. Accra, the map of Accra in 1900. Now processing up to 2010, you lose about 60% of the vegetal cover. You can say green cover. And as I say, who ha, nens you to, nessa assassin, you run also, and so no mem, and mem and co, and sana, a be connected in soon, assassin, me mama, Brunicas are saturated, and sana the engineers cast a runoff, no, abba. And then you clear the beer, we call Obifia Crana, was out to tiles account. It is to 100% runoff. There's no percolation into the ground, and not creating a lot of the floods because within Accra, because the pre-development ecosystem has been so far damaged. Emma, just say, Niema as ye protected the society. Nina, you refina, Bibia, Sikenti, Asasibia, Tom, Asasibia.
Who do you blame? Because a bimo people for political expediency will blame the political class, the political elite. Right. But we have technocrats like yourself who are supposed to advise, who are supposed to do the right thing.
The Americans say, you have a role to play. Yeah, politicians know that. The politicians are ultimately responsible. I can tell you the technocrats, the contribution they make. Because state lands, it was my principle, because I'm against the sale of state lands. At the intina and say in statue from Rollins more time. Yes, the redevelopment of Accra. A baby about no lands if we no much will be member back no at all 8. We who's a politician when you're back? No, was you know, okay, see, share Accra usuni cantonments near day and Sasia Ghana dear. Somehow, ye pequabi no boom quabrane. Any amount of back fufu now or no wakoton the amount developer be within a week makes millions of dollars. Why? State of Ghana the state of Ghana deserves to be rich and have money. It is a property for Ghana. If you say a primer, say developer be person be far. You bet him the amount na ye quantum ne woman equity woman. By now, all these developments that have happened in cantonments and Laboni and all those places, Ghana government lands. Why is the government out of it? I disagree totally with this kind of practice. and I've said it when I was in government. I'll continue to say it whilst my party is in government. To those who want to listen, should listen. And he said, one, I disagree from an environmental point of view.
That's for the Achimota forest.
Yes, because media forest party. And I'm saying, me quite sorry, Mount Sinai, Methodist Church or Kabija, Atomic.
Okay.
Me who's almost expanding road. But in here, I was going to call the Ministry of Environment and can't say, and they should replant.
From Atomic,
yes. They say, Opa, before we drew, baby, I'm the chicken here for saying. KFC, no?
KFC.
Was a book a new right?
Oh, really? Me found
yes. Fine. It be an expansion of road, be affected road alignment near the horn of traffic about fine. But it means it should be part of it. You say you start replanting. Tika by now, cry. Come trees are any near the Akusi baby. I replace it. Now bro, they would kako bodrium. You best send a bill. Uka say no. No one koto eduani bi bisi. You know, we have to protect the environment and the ecosystem. And we need people to be thinking this way. Say ayo ebinumu say asasi bi abedaw nti ebetwitwa ne asa atonton without thinking about the general society, how it serves as a carbon sink, because we need all those things to have a proper ecosystem equilibrium.
But where the Achimota forest is currently, and I saw a post on Facebook, a person alluding to the fact that some part of that forest, encroachment near the Adint, it's no longer serving its purpose. And those parts can be taken off now.
How can he ever say that? It is not supported by technical advice. The facts were 100, no 20, no 100. The 89 can be a contribution to humanity. Because why would the old feel as in your too
much?
And you clear baby pen all these things you can climate change, global warming, so we need our technocrats to be skilled enough to know and have this orientation to protect the ecosystem. Oh, you saw now cook massimi, so if you cause one baby a bubble, your bocos or also the Nkoranza Valley. If you want my back,
all right. I was about Muma Yemfa ACH na Looky. I was a former man and can be been looking on Looky ne failed pa any your friend is sanitation and it sa and your maybe say. And if you die, you know, at the amano. Mamana quine amana casacra and Timbacho ya sunity because said the midi can kai and you might think say who baby say a hoye and found but I did be anywhere and fanny pound into Papa Joe. Looky, lad, a cost of war, Ghana. Who is saying, quite Benny beat me the first war.
Broby, the kind of Mr. Japan, Cabinet Japan. Wababeka, dear woman, Jinimunina, dear Minimubia, dear Messia Bia, Wabeka. Bibi Obeka, ye bia ye adia uko school ye beka once a my natural. Inti mint mean for being to mean you being free the Obeka kind because the Obeka and no I been and come so make but me the be for one or so. Make kind of say the refi inti me boy your home kai. The kind what the natural you are the same. Approach in the buy, except forestry, no, and it's a be a fear, yes, see, I near to muta, or some sort of mention be this a runoff. Since you're net on into me, I'm and quas as and I say, it's answer tiles, I have to know your fee, and I don't names you and I day. I triumph so, neko, or Kaki can and Simbia, and one and comes from a barbecanty, Sabaya, a TF woody kind say, and I hope say. At all, more I dream na be a chinabin puso be seen if you are born home kai say, Otto Tiles name a fear where the name of Kai who saying Kawija area being so fear her, a dear green grass, and I would all planting near. Ya, and I say, Metis here, tomatoes, wire dane. na Ghana for binya tomatoes unto na ya me yanam see wa bramon and sase da Ghana for fi obetumi adua tomatoes kakra me ko kakra nenka eno so aye wa garden or personal garden apart from say ubedidi wo wa wo fie ho no no ebe ye organic no se bia mu ye aduane wo fie kra bola na nka mo koto agu no eno so kra nka mutumi de bola no so ye dey
bibi
egu ho because emura na nkasa na muti
na bola ya wo kan
ene plastic na America
ye de ye friend say ebi ya obi akwahye badamotom ya abode agu plastic mu de agu na de na asai e de ba begu
make a composting no aduane no say bia wadwa banch wadwa board ye okay said even a latter some na crime say yesusu ano na wo mutumi de board ye ho no enti enkayade a enipa dodo a wo masifie wo Ghana nyina wo mo bejai tiles na wo mo to no e call so run off na nsuo no gu so ana hwew na efrifie ono na ekohin nsuo ye ekohin ni right enti wadi kan bobo so but de woja wo mu a enka minim ne number mebo ne nka ye say next time okọ baby no okokasa ma ma ni remfi say yen ni patiman mufu ono nso no enwura na ye no say ye nam plastic insui ye no ma pure water ye no ma ne ato black plastic said there be a betana metaka sa niema we nyina apart from say ye bunu ye egu na no so ama mother nature na brain yes I contribute to be aiden aka ho brobi susu ampa se nsu ye to won kran se nke tofa kuma se pa nka o papa fie ho ase ye ho nke be papa
dabi
so wa hu de mi
kan ebe ha adwene
kebe hadwen wo hu de on say e honu mu na enieme nyina esane kweden ekogu na imagine say ensuo ne bedu ho ne fa ba bia emfa na senke yade a Ghana aban wo fa bonebo say on pese enipa num nsuo a ye beto atwene na ye di nwura begugu gatem senko ofa bonebo say wo hyemra bi pa twintwintwan so said watimi ahye 11 mra ye betue 11 no the same vem no nko omutumi di ra sanitation ho no impo nadmo fo a wo mutifie agisa to renche mo ba ansana or the saying yakofre nadmo fo so wo mra me ye adwuma no on nadmo fo de na America no ye good say nadmo ho na nadmo fo yi senka ye de ka wo adwuma ho say wo ye sanitation officers wo na wo nsi atorenchem no ho kwan ekwan wo betumi afa esi ho kwan ne say ye betu wo magu krom no wo be ye security menka so wo nkonko prapra wo de wo krom a wo nam ho no ma wo to ade ato form a wonye because we NAPCO official na adwuma ne say on hwema atorenchem ne dey ma we ya be nkofo be wo beti se nkofo se na nadmofuo we me pa chewu e wo senka nadmofuo ye wo madwuma ansa na ensuo ya ye dey aba me pa chewu atima say senka ya ade a Ghana waterways ne water bodies ne yensisi ya dan yan fele ye ensisi ya dan ensisi mu a enke ensuo yi ba ye nenka enamu but Ghana ni be ka so akoye gata ensuo na ye ogbo ade na wodi anwea na agum se bas ensuo to gidigidi a ensuo ni timi pushi anwea na kwan ni mu aye de ya bie te se de Moses di Israel won ko fa but ye ni pass ye de onipa no obe feel mu wasi dan no esi won aka to so o ma yi gata dia direct ensuo no na Nyankopon so nim ni nyansa won wo kire ba bi ensuo no nke nkofa wo ene wo ma allowance Nyankopon wo smart se wo ma allowance se ba bi amedi afen ekoto se nsuo do so kura mpa asase na abema no ho kwan na se wo de concrete akwa akosi ni full stop ebe de na akọ enti bro bi sa problem ye wo Ghana ye ho enye akufu adonko an ena ewo se o hweka ho asem yen Ghana fo na nkasa na ye tikro mu ho na ye fingu gatem no yeso ye responsible one with them each want to mean blame government and on say be a woman ye bubu nu ye yes and no de wo ma ye no omo no bu nu ye ni gu ye no deforestation. Them say Ghana ni akola bi ante brofo da wati deforestation da me boa na. Yes. Every time an Lebanese for no etwa timber wo Ghana no. Say timber nua na wo mutwa koton ye na besi na me no ka say. Me pa twa wo se ye e be ka no kra. We did say enua ye twa free Ghana no. Ya replanting emu 50% in Ghana.
As a matter of fact, to be sending me a be said, my main has a meet me a kind side day with real quick and san waba. Will be sending me afforestation or say ray one ewo. Aha, my main ewo me ha. Na main kind of yen can't yen tea as a more or more kind. We a part of government, yes, government this week. Who assembly and it was say 10,000 coconut seedlings distributed to 250 farmers in Accra district, Ashanti region, in addition to the earlier 4,000 coconut seedlings, as well as over 80,000 oil palm seedlings given to farmers for free under government PERD program. 200 farmers in Ifia Kwantiminti Municipal Assembly, Western Region, also received 12,000 oil palm, 5,000 coconut seedling. That means he said, almost yes, somehow, no way, so what must project Nibino, but they was also making a crossing or day call because I did MC and Yano Accra ni Kumasi. But the whole son and Kausimus and Kiyasanki, yes, I know my way. And I'm a boy because I'm a new didn't come on. No catch him, Mr. Mahuse. I say, flood in the sea or hoda. Did you see that?
Flooding to me, say, grassy.
Just imagine flooding. A crassy and flooding, see what? Because they have Greenland in the Wahono or Media, but it seems I say a chromo, especially a crowd, the Pierada. Flooding, see what? Well, looking,
bro, we was a crass of crown and said, say, a sutini be the honor crown, and animal say, Sabia, in Shun cry or bosom to crown, whose room was over, I could see Diana day. As I also say, a crocassi moi, yen farm mam running near maybe more your home by will be in Fahon. So, Papa could see a dime or bet fail it, power, but walk one here and Yami aboard, but to the fail it, a crowd. What's here now? We are show. But don't drink quite grassing where's our same a crasses and sure kitty be crowd. I want no more or yet make us say a bosom cram and buana. Now I say a bow who cram for no near Thomas as Yama. This a nipa craving the beer. Woman's ready, or crass baby near Thomas as I will cram soon who's so baby. And I wish to say, because I only be a crocassi fool, but Bobby, the number person may can say it's here for flooding. No, Yana may tell who say a sea or Ghana, and I obit me the picture, but so New York could create BSC or of course, New York could be BSC or Honolulu because a one who see a crocassi, I the concrete and any MIA day. Ajijo, and when they prove which I say a crocassia. Yes, see, and so kind near men, so quine man, to go epunomono. And what is our problem? No war, in campaigning for bitsy a party, and woman making sure say a titru necassia pan, sanitation, no here. Because it would be a waterways in the Mokrampo now stop when you pass a more moons to see a dying see normal fail waterways. Nasa yang nipano, ye cause so more harm. Plastic is a museo cry. I'm sorry, Rwanda say what the plastic call her grandpa. You bet you what airport won't be in fact plastic and go Rwanda airport.
Before so a fiabe bamuno. Unim say New Jersey State Hanum say ya banned plastic.
Oh
yeah, I'm just last week or last 2 weeks now, I'm taking effect. Say no, or my band any form of plastic be a corner or quartadia edition matches a rubber bag, you know. Yes, I did say yes, and yet paper and as a recycling. And they say so grocery, oko a yina kototonoma. One fat one casa o bag yan qua. Ye ma o bag. And I say be my paper bags. One fabian qua no man bubu see ana dia babe guka muna wako. So what yes. Yo, look with my looking my mema your friends a fear emremu a fear before so be my announce phone lines because your T4 a home ekika mo am pese bi o mo ba mu bi. Abusia for Samre ni ye bie phone lines no e de atumu WhatsApp line ni ye plus 50959472120. Me pacho plus 50959472120. Uwo US ubetimi afre me directly without say what they want no ebeba. Me pacho ye din komo. Ya bobo nse mienu su wa ha. Yenya time a ebeko third one so but now no mumra na mumeka bi ni nyina yenko. Efia flooding ewo Accra. That's another confirm.
Obi, when say natural disaster there, Obia intimi si anokwai. Now, one say me ka say me to say you come ho say flooding e bia siwa. Akunkum nipa ase japade. Enya politin bag ya asisi akwan. Ye me municipal hire was say for the past 2 months no e bia siwa. Now, one, ye have no epo atwa. Ye hosia. Asasine nyina ye nsuo. Nti anytime bia nsuo beto kese heavy bia no, epo no eyema. Nti na nsuo no enye ba bi nkobie. Nti e distribute. Now, obi ani fie ewo so bia na wapagya mu bia no. Nsuo wo ani fie. Ana o abota nsuo bia ne fie nsuo wo ani fie. But obi ani fie ewo etare fom bia because ha no omadante enkradan. Omusi a ye mpagya mu etare fom sa. Nti nsuo no bana asase na flat. Ebe wura because asase na ye mabro so. Bi ko wura mpa na ededa. Wan finfin ejapade bebre eseye nipa kwa fam ewuye. But ade cheye na no na enhye na aflade ne nyina no ne nyina yera. Adentia drainage system. What you say? Drainage system. Enhye no ebeyera. Gata na Ghana yetu a na ye bie so no. Eno ebo kwan to ma citizens no enya more opportunity mo betro ewura edi agum. Adena instead se mo betu gata na mo bie so atoso no. Kata so. Na space kaka na mo ja wo no. Momfa ebia eyi dade bi emfa hihye mu wo. What you say be case of you betima bie so ma na ye. Citizen enya chance emfa wura emfa ngum. Now, bola ye man so a hefa ba ko to bola ndi agu. E was say anytime bia na bola be yi bia no mo be fa ida content say bola ye man na citizen no nya na kwa ka se nya bi mfa bola mfa guntin minjangu amana bim eno so mo di hu dwuma obi se ba no sa no so e beti ne man so Accra I overcrowded baby bia ebuo esisi wo nti ba bia choki so na say regional minister astarte adwuma for abosho kan spare parts dealers so yo mo ko other place. Man for ye de bande.
Amuso monko.
Onu na nim ni entima oye sa adwuma no. E o se spaces e de ba bia kwanda de dem. What I didn't tell me bisia e Accra nko a na esi. E ho na ye choked. Sa kiosk be sisi bia. So mo yi ni nyina because e do e no man use force. I am for sumra na enye yenti eno adwuma na oye no oboma no kwa mane nya sa adwuma no Accra ho na ekwan eni dem even because e jato ba bia fire service na ba bi awura na drainage system no this is the time I was omoye I feel it's a modern drainage system omuntu asase na sika akwan ni mu no omunye gota ne mfaka akwan ni mu omunye ne system no omuntu system na e wo form ho
say you renowned and qualified and engineers were Ghana. And yes, I need be ho. It's what are they doing? Can't they just make a replan of Accra? And me money ye. And only as some idea na mentiasi you.
That is the problem here, Obi. So hard your obu nusu sanya mano. Friend say containers your most sinu mantamu assissin show coin now money yin from fidiwo. Man never can say onya jumanya uye yi eba na krono enya mo. Kwaje permit. Kwana kwaje permit. Now almost some my permit no almost die so much German for sika bribe na be ni so the ayisi bia mama come and be BS ho na e choki yes re e na afa nso so no omo nya mranto fie wura bia wasi fie bia no e wo so tutie fi e na dware e wo fie ho se de be ya tie fi e ye go hwe ko gugatam na en choki yes re tie fi pepes ne nyina no mo ya omo mo ne nyina no kama omo fansi bia bola ka ba be fa e di akọ recycling no enya adwuma na drain ade ye nya drain system e won kran se eye adwuma na atemamufuo no na no enra na 2 days ago me hwe video bi omo say policy bus na ne boy ya dinti no omo old system na no issue ahaban no e very good ahaban na no mo issue e very good one and you say Robert ne boy ya dinti mo issue omo nya num fam free wo e beboa ama plastic shwate because ahaban is easy to get rotten na no so kwa besa wo ma fertilizer kwa aba sisters as na ay fertile what you say and afen so the health ahaban no aduro ema yanka say immune system no ba na mo say ahaban ya we wo mti enyi sure ba polythene bags kwa na ekubiye nti yen go back to okonofo a ede na said I don't know the time I come me krom no upper east no me call ya no okọ ho a obi no beto ade ba ma polythene bag obi o kwa okita o basket na da ko du dwa na okọ nti ma me krom na okọ ho a wo polythene bag enen 2 years ago me call be papa kom water region me makura ase wo polythene bag ba ko pekwa okra na so adentia obi nto ade ma polythene bag
ebetimi akreti adwuma in a sense say on say kentanwene any basket weaving no ni sa ne omani nyina no another source of job
no back to the system
so back to the system as if say yama civilization yama ene no enioma bi edi yenya it looks as if say Ghana nki intimi ndru baabi because ye nhunu how I be say use poly bag ne sa enioma no ye dispose it off indiscriminately and that is what will happen see any sa enioma na so what you say
yeah ha nyina ebi wo ha ye wo se be be yon kwase afọ ho mo so mototo ne magusa but ade chi ye na no mo papa komu no obe papa ni nyina abo ano na mo nso mo ye e fe ne say e recycle na yi no ebi o mo dwuma mo ye mo sesa eyi e wakoton o mo so mo na bola mo peke plastics ne manyema so mo babo ano e wakoton anya sika e de afri mu what you say nti no omo ni hu drainage system de ye hia e wo Ghana omo start no omo ni hu dwuma ekura kese nkran kumase a ho ye choke ni bia omo start nya adwuma because Accra person e poni nti no e na neso ye say fewa for musi dan a mumpejam e wo nkran mumpejam mo ma ne ntare fom mumpejam esisen kura na obetima protect wo kakra yesre mon start ena musi dan so mon kasa sase ya media nti minja bi wo ho wo si asase na hwe plan na ekita wo no na wo se bi e ha se ni ensuo edabre anasa bi se minja bi wo ho for me ankasa be protection mon fo ni na nto wala kese na ekoba na ebugu na mo blemu abai na bibia na wo se ye blemu ya ankasa ye ho we are the cause of all these problems
yes abusuafo yeguso me pacho frɛ wanya kwan na utie abomodna sa obefrɛ because adwen wo utiri mu obetimi ne yen ahye ye hia monso madwene enye yen ko na ye di dwuma yi mehu se nkrofo bebre wo so a mo hwɛ enti no bomodna na efrɛ me na ye frɛ ne sɛ onso bra dwumadie no asubi yo afia yenko your last topic and so it seems that your time kakra ebetimi akọ lucky beba I mean afia last week ya I'm saying che bia na business person, business mogul or Ghana. Your friend no Caesar freedom in fact share the businesses or Ghana what to me see your friend is saying a whole hotel just a hotel near Homekapa before se metwa so no menya obi online so ma memfa no me ma no 2 minutes no odi akasa. Hello.
Hello. Beatrice in here.
Madam Beatrice gonna be there. Ya feel pa so who ye
there. Ejuma bi am abewura mu ho. Enya very agro. Yeah, and here na me bisa say, your town planners no. Ejuma ben na omo ye. Because when you know universities, your degrees in the idea, you are not using it for town planning. And to me, dear, as I obi to assassin, talk, assassin, as I said, I go through town planners. I'm not sure I obi walk on Nasasi. Answer na brony, a beton, Nasasi. Town planners in the even a dear to walk around for person who that war. I won't assassin to cramp on. As I said, you friend 3 people or more in the away woman about the suit. Say, be 100 cramp, maybe a dime basic one or maybe trust any other. You're the marking in and sana. Yeah. Not one more, one lay pipe in the idea. I had drainage system or mobile barber, yes, say, man. We are on the trust streets. I live up on you or mobile susu. The beer, the dear Sasa, raising the year and son was that is a wood, see dino. And now you're back to my first. Not that was how Tema was planned. You were underground drainage system, you were pumping station, and what a firm I could do harbor. Pumping station wa Bedfield tabi bia adane nsuo ansana adreni akọ epumu ewie so ana nsi ho eniamafu na eyi ewo toilet ni mu nyina no ebe yi ni nyina go nkyɛn eyi ni nyina go nkyɛn nkɔfo wɔ hɔ no a ɔmo bɛsesa and they will go and dry it and then burn it enti tema first ni na nsuo emfa nipa. And then baby or as a zongo. Sorry to use the word zongo. Because Obia Yebiope. In the 70s, 68, you dare not to say Ubenya Kapuko Watema. And she here a done here a university biano, almost dear hedges. Now your dear hedges now, every month biano, city council for a bit chap. Would you baller, see when you never have a fat baller? No. Oh, and starting what I say. Then you used to water closet. Self-contained, kitchen, everything was made. You don't see flood anywhere. Now, just a kumono, a lake, no, say, a diabeno, lagoon, no, a 1 year ecosystem. Oh, for birds, any idea. Now, so, and Crawford, Sawina, Massisia, you sit down in a marshy area, which means a whole marshy area, a whole a lagoon. Crawford, Aji, a sit down. I don't know, I assume you because of that, there was civil engineers, there were way no money in our town planners, now so Sikani, way a Masasi, way assassin, way there. Koshete Meridian Hotel area honina atoku. Ufa hona muko habo. Second hand the trash free ya say ye wabuchi na ya swa bebi hono. I saw mattress obi adaso na nyina aye contaminated, aye infectious. Ni nyina ya stamp. Every committee one post office one nara one na choku. Bye-bye.
Medasi, Madam B, Medasi, Beatrice gonna near te Ninkana. I was now for your train, more course no monfa, more course on the brana, ye mamo and cassa, and I said for messages in the brana, and ready and fama. Okay, so then ye cano. Yes, business mugoi a buy wa bawa see a hotels kama or businesses are or try set or de investors beba kronu mu ni ade eye Caesar eye Cheeder na meka no wasem na ebeto dwa se owo ye friend say jata emwa we sebo yenka ne sebo omo ye tigers ase sebo yina no mo na omo hu a omo ye very very dangerous pa no owo mienu koto na ye ne ma na koto omo fra buchi de ba ye na odo omo begu ni fie na afia mewo na yi ni wa ha ma menhwe se bia metumi abo ne ye friend say ensem a oba be kan ya ene sense se o kiremu se ode omoa ne ebaye without the say omoba be ha me obia but meanwhile no afia ode ade no aba your friend is saying ode about residential area now the motive na ode ba ade ni nyina ne say o say because of tourism ti no ode sa ade ne bae na asem kakra me bo ayi wia mebusa no kakra wo ho no ebusafo muma menhye Caesar no ewa ha no mo yentie de okaaye time ye beka se forest for eba mu se ye pese ye beji moa ne free ni nsem ene de nti a ode moa ne eba Ghana ye a ye beto aso me bon kakra bi na afi ya to aso ye gusu a ye bo no me pa che ubetumi afre me ofra memo agina so kakra se me ba memo agina so kakra enti mum yentie asema okaye ewo ahanomo.
Well, first of all, is right. I have 2 tigers that I bought on a bid between Ghana and Dubai, and which I was the representative from a private sector that had initiated my interest in purchasing these 2 animals. So we did go through the process. The animals are 7 months old, still at a very young stage. I went in to buy these animals to add the value of tourism in our country. I wanted to go into the safari world by making sure that Ghana becomes the first country in the whole of West Africa, East Africa, and Central Africa, except for South Africa, that have these animals. We wanted to be the first that will have it. And so I went in for the male and the female version of it. And I've been keeping them with me for 6 months. And I brought experts from outside to create a safety cage for these animals so they don't don't become dangerous to the public. And so that's why I have them with me. But not to say that these discussions hasn't been going on with the Forestry Commission. We are trying our best to merge together to open a good zoo in Accra or somewhere in Ghana that will attract people when they come to Ghana. I really consider the danger side, but I'm not here to harm people, and I'm not here to encourage that people should have tigers to harm people. I'm here because I want to boost our tourism. I want to add value to our country. I've invested in these animals, and it cost me well over 100,000 to be able to get them to this level, and we're willing to invest more and more until they're safe, until people can visit them and people can be a part of them.
All right. Afia, minim se Lucky aba. Lucky, we environmental kakra so san de mountain se baby a wo bi abomod na twepri. Afia
Obi.
Ose oto oba ene bema. That means say moa no they were meant to say enka omo bewo. Na wanya bi aka ho no de boost tourism no. Afia wo gen ho say.
Well, Obi, in the first place, make na ka say nko good intention. At the Ghana because somewhere I don't think say it because exist with Ghana. I don't think. See be a there what nyama ko but location na okipu omo is the issue here. Before no opese or I might say okipu omo for some time na later na wa relocate omo, right? Basenka okay and uncle pay baby what design baby what arrange baby bia wo ho outskirts baby obetimi ayama tourism aye adwuma wo ho na waje permit because obia pescante investment what you say
Yeah. I hate say me chow so but mami mo bi mrem kakra mami why? Hello.
Oh, hello, Obi.
Yes. Hey, why na near desano?
Mystery.
Hey, mystery. Mystery dia say. Oh, bad dia na say. Me ba mystery
man.
Maneko
mami. Person me tieni ni na me analysis na chese me hu be me dey fa.
Me ba manenko. Ubetimi akọ na wasan abasa o kan wi a ubetimi about for the third topic you know. Enti we dey manenko how obisi aka ni bia.
Matse. Michiao wetiefo, only wetiefo ni you know, as usual. Great job with your guest. Keep it up. Okay, me touch you on first topic now. Moka wasem about gentleman now. Unfortunately, he's been shot dead or whatever's going on. Obi, I'm saying from the beginning, and I think I agree and I disagree with some of your points. And I think corruption is a huge factor in this whole thing. Now, Sister Fiaka saying she hit the nail on the head about the fact to say the policemen went into the woman's house to demand somebody boy no a call for questioning. And I think the reason why I'm not going to condemn the youth so much in the actions they have taken is clearly when they went into the woman's house, they were dressed as police officers. Now, Obi, you would agree with me, say you don't walk into a place like Cantamanto or any shop and buy police uniforms. So I would assume
mystery,
they were actual
mystery. Hold on, Mami Kakra. I mean, you are not people for any reason. There are a lot of people are omunya police outfit, police uniform to wear to go and rob people, claiming say omuya police for.
Yeah, I get that, but do you know where they get the police uniforms from?
Well,
they get the police uniforms from the police officers.
Okay.
And Obi, I am speaking from an experience of someone who has police officers in her family and soldiers in her family. And you know, the police uniforms, they don't buy them. Some of these criminals are getting the police uniforms from the police officers. The guns that are going around causing armed robbery, I'm not sure, but I would say about 50%. I know some of them are imported illegally into Ghana, but about 50% or more are given to these armed robbers by the police officers. I don't know if you remember a few years ago, there was a case in Wager where two police officers had lent their guns out to armed robbers, and the armed robbers were caught. And the police officers were apprehended.
Right. And
to know the far boy no echo my stories and I've researched it on the internet and everything. And this is how I see it. Unless the police and the MP and whoever come out and debunk the story, this is how I see it. Unfortunately, the guy was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He witnessed the robbery. He ended up noticing some of the officers who were involved in the robbery, because a familiar face will always be a familiar face. They obviously noticed him as well, and then they hatched a plan that, listen, if he speaks, because Sister Fiaka Sanoka said they have a public place, like a spot in that Nkoranza area. So they were obviously worried, say, if we give this guy a leeway, he might speak. And if he speaks, somebody will hear and it will spread. And the sad thing is, also, now Omukase or police officer, they were police station, they were tossing them around.
Right.
All the police officers in that area, I can tell you now, they were 100% away. So I think what was hatched was they need to get the guy, they need to silence him, and everything needs to be quiet. Now, at least if now bribes, Do you know that they share 50% of the money with their bosses in the police stations?
And they may very much
I'm
aware.
talking from experience. People, I actually have people in my family who work in the police force. This is what happens. They don't have a choice. Sometimes the bosses in the stations are telling them, you need to go and stand on this junction, and you need to stop so amount of cars, and at the end of the day, you need to bring this amount of money to us. So let me tell you that Sister Fia hit on something about politicians. The politicians are involved. And I am telling you that MP of that area knows exactly what has happened.
But
because do you know when the money
mystery
when the money goes
mystery
allegedly,
hold on.
let me put allegedly because of your show.
Okay. Maybe hold on, Mami Kakra. MP ba wabe make statement say baby I was odi achire kokoduma justice ema yenya justice ma abet no wabeka asem we nti me patcho say bia we associating to this I bet you differ kakra.
Okay. Obi, there was I don't remember. I think it was a guy who was shot dead or something like that. Nothing came up to it. Remember, the MP needs to come out to show the public, say, he is fighting for them so he can win the next elections. He did not make that statement to make it look, say, in the minds of the people over there. That is what they would think, what you just said. But in Obia Najima Dra or study politics will know. Remember, said their security agencies. The MP will always be on the side of the police. That is how it works. And so, of course, I'll say yes, Obade Diechre no. But Obade Diechre how? If the police force is involved in this, how is he going to break that cartel? And I asked myself, say, sir, robbery sneko ono. Now there's a percentage they have to take back to the station to whoever is in charge. And then whoever is on top gets a percentage of that. And the MPs also gets a percentage. I'm not being funny. I know, say, last time I was shown, gentleman no can say, you cannot trust any politician. He was damn right. But some of them go out of their way to do a little bit of good, which benefits citizens. But 99.9% of the time, if you trace things like this, it will go back to politics. And you know what? Sake's way, it's not going to go anywhere. It's happened before with the bullion drivers. Have we heard anything about it? No. Kaka situation, have we heard anything about it? Absolutely not. Now it's this guy. It's not going to stop. It will carry on. There are a lot of rogues in the police service. There are actually armed robbers who work in the police service. Surprise, surprise. They work in the police service. They have access to files. They have access to very, 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 very sensitive information. And these are the people that we, as citizens, we are expecting to protect us. But they are not protecting us. They are protecting themselves. Now, actually now, youth no take it, you know. I disagree a little bit. I think so. What we have to understand is activism takes faces in so many forms. As an activist myself, sometimes you have to get on the road and make your presence felt. Sometimes you have to be a little bit aggressive for them to know that you mean business and you want something to be done. Sometimes you don't go on the road. You sit in the back office with people who have knowledge about what you want to have an activism about, and you deal with it through the law so that there can be changes. And you know, if they had killed someone and the youth is out there burning ties, which is obviously they are very, very upset about what has happened, I don't think the police had any right to go over there and fire and shoot. There are water cannons. There are so many ways they could have calmed down the situation. They did not need to use guns because at the end of the day, yes, someone is dead, but as police officers, they are trained in a way how they can disperse activists calmly. And so that is what I would have expected, because already, you know, citizens now are very angry. Anthony, you cannot come and start shooting into the public and expect them to calm down. They will defend themselves. When anyone tries to attack you as a human being, you will defend yourself. So I'm not, I think, sir, what they did, yes, they destroyed. I'm sorry, but I think their actions on this case is justified because a life has been lost. There is rumors going around that you, the police force, are involved, and then you come and you try to attack us, try to stop our voice, then we will defend ourselves. It's a shame. The security system in Ghana is a shame. It needs a complete overhaul. Now, I'm telling you now, Dampare will not do anything about it. There is so much corruption in the police system that when you join as a head of the police, you have to join them because you cannot beat them. Yente Ghana, and yes, a woman be a friend or Accra, that was a wine. Millions of people, and she's working free in Ghana. There are so many other people like her who are working freer. The law is there that can convict them, and the law is dancing around them because they have bought the service. And that's the honest truth. Moving on to the flooding system, I wonder what AMA is doing, because when you buy a land, you get a surveyor to come and survey the land. They all have parts to play in this. The surveyor will tell you if this is a land that's viable for a build or not. If the land is not viable for a build, then the surveyor will not go on and give you the papers that you need to go and get your indenture and all that malarkey. Once you get that, you have to get an architect to draw you a building plan. You then need to take that building plan to AMA for them to authorize it before you can even start a build. Now, in AMA, there are town council planners over there. So all these structures that are popping up and down, how are they popping up and down and not being checked? Also, the situation of dredging rivers in Ghana. I don't know if they have, I'm not sure when was the last time they dredged any river in Ghana. I mean, look at the Kole Lagoon. It's a mess. They need to dredge these rivers from time to time. In the UK,
Mystery
where
Nancy,
I say,
Mystery Nancy, payload and a caterpillar can see could see your door river more are no more drenching. No, and I'm patch away.
Recent. Okay, I'll try and follow that, but I haven't seen anything like that.
Oh, no,
even in the UK, where there are rivers and everything, they dredge it regularly all the time. And see, that's something that needs to be going on because a lot of the rivers get blocked with the plastic until we have a proper drainage system in place. I mean, there's a reason why we are called the third world and developing world. We haven't got there yet. So all these institutions need to do their part more in order for these kind of flooding to kind of reduce. I know you were talking about the third topic. You haven't finished, but I just want to touch a little bit on that. Cheeder, he is an amazing businessman, intelligent, but I think he's taking things a bit further. It is okay for you to think about the tourism of the country, but it is not okay for you to go and buy 2 tigers who are considered as cannibals and house them in your residential house in a residential area where there are children and families living around your building. What I want to understand is how did he even get the tigers past the airport into the country? Because normally animals like that will only be allowed into the country by the forestry department. It shouldn't be an individual who carries those kind of animals, dangerous animals. We don't know whether those animals have any disease in them. We have no idea. You cross the country, bring them into your home in Sakumono, where there are children and people living over there, and you're saying you're housing them. You are in talks with the forest. Why didn't you fly the animals straight to the forest, the zoo, where they have proper systems to keep those animals over there? Now, these tigers are very clever. They start, because they are cannibals, they study your patterns for so long. They always plot to kill. So they are very clever. They study your pattern, they study you for a long time. You see how they are playing with them over there? One day you will get up and they'll pounce on you because that's what they are. They are cannibals. They are not meant to be around human beings. And that's the reason why they are kept in a safe place. So if he wants to use that for tourism, he needs to not be having them in his house. Wasn't it a few months ago where he went to stand in the stadium or something, claiming about this freedom coin that he wanted the Ghana or everybody to follow. It seems like he's taking things a bit too far. He knows in the states where he lived or wherever he came from, he cannot do the kind of things he's doing right now. The fact that he has money and the fact that he's provided so many jobs and everything to Ghanaians doesn't mean that he can take the law into his own hands and do things whenever he feels like it. So I think that, there has to be regulation. And yes, I know, unfortunately, Ghana has become a state where your money talks for you. But I think he needs to be kept and he needs to be regulated. Provided there are children and families in that area, I'm sorry, but I don't understand how those tigers can stay in his house, because that kennel he's built over there, he may wake up one day and the tigers would have worked out a way of jumping out of that kennel. And then we don't know what's going to happen to innocent children. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mystery. Thank you. I appreciate input now with the buyer. So for more fun, me say mamano time amano atimi expressing home in any way. Maybe so ofra, I will make sure say any EBR, I will give you time to touch about it. I don't know, so if you are and I say me move on to your friend saying Lucky about Cheeder Tigers no na afi yenhwe akaka krabi na ye de dwumadie no abawie ye kamia say akabet is 15 minutes more na ye de dwumadie no abawie ye enti sa wo ha na pese o frame a me pacho ekwan wo ho memo afre afia mema Lucky atachi based on Cheeder Tigers no e de no kakra wo babaka na mama wo atoa so Lucky Cheeder ne Tigers na o de aba no environmental pollution na how is it going to or say intention no one decided say or harm anybody for anything. Just for tourist business purposes. It be ni Ghana or no kwana sisi or di biaba and yamane kwana onyan or mo. At all by the bema or mobile ama or more so adoy.
Yeah. Well, in the first place, Cheeder, you're visionary.
Me pacho what mame one the commissioner kill her seat, kill kwaku, mechiao, emao, aquaba, and ewaha.
Yeah.
That's what mami.
Kill Miss Memoir Quababy, about Nasi. Cheeder, a visionary, now, if you say a woofo po epido or boy, it's a say, Namia don, Nagana for Yenya Abrantia, where to quine Wakushi Yasimiama, no means no be room to say, Yaka going to. My miss some Ghana means now. Dear Cheeder, soon sumope, but when I'm Yemery. I'm very proud of him to say the mystery in so born about to say he has good intentions and all of this. No, I think in his enthusiasm, so or Magana, yeah, baby, the vision na ye good. As I vision na been a Nkoranza Dubai for now, or the CSC or Mukromo. Inti, I think that young condemn name for me from where I'm coming from with endangered species. And no one on the cars for me endangered species are and coming koboso. Na me abeti mean animal rights of warm America Hanuma Drugana ko Jemwan. Edwoma ko natural habitat. I could protect you all. And I don't know Cheeder. And I'm hoping say animal rights of war. Sasim we are be animal rights of war. At Huasim, Broby, when you find one castle or me endangered species.
How me pacho anye endanger now okay no me I think that or make a mistake because I say and yes or the woman but to endanger people but okay say to endanger so at your senti say endangered species miss one but all
the white tigers are endangered species almost not so we are say
okay
into what the almost bar over to me. What you say? Now, maybe move from forestry and animal rights. When you have endangered species, one, what you do is you want to protect them in their natural habitat. And lose who they are. Sabio me pacho. I say ye be before near why a mamre and your money. No be befa ye be ko kufu be more yentias and not sabi ye to me cast a yenu animal. Before ni ahwediem for ni akata for no wo ma yera kwan Some way, wow, so endangered species into Wakoto woman. We warm free, warm fieno. I would warm call baby no. Warm by your mamma ran or mamma near. Almost say, almost said yes, it's a boy room because he had a number of mamma patch what I say. Thank what in the Muram Honoman can you go on about the what the can when they say on where to meet in the sciences and then the Neoma, they will say, I do a bin and I'm way, or could see a bin and I'm way, you come them in lunchtime, I mean, what you bring me. Say, what the number, Namako my yanka, Abatua, Namako didn't train my brain. Maybe I told them making what I say. You have further endangered him. In fact, so one crown is say, Womu, Obani Bearman, Womu, and to say, yeah. And Kawamu more the Bama Womo Baffo from San Womo Tre Aqualana how to hunt and that's an man. What woman lose woman you're acquainted to say yes, sir, the union mashidium for Nibino, and a cata for Nibino, or my woman naming ceremony. Maybe I say, woman who says a traditional marriage, crack or they're making the entire a year in Nipa and Susiano. At some point, the Chada warrior near the Nipedia, yet she nipa and the look shake caging at the Amani and Mamre for a day. As Shan, with yes, Anna, you have actually endangered the person even further. And these animals, you know, even though also the Omoba for tourism near day, and I know, say, baby, I mean, me walking distance to a zoo. And that be Uncle protest zoo, no, here enter America in the next 20 years. Zoo, you better move. That be Uncle protest to say, zoo now I watch him on a book age when he perpetuates casha woman. And yet, so person will boa woman, and your safari run man, called boa woman. And until now, we have running go back to me zoo, but also in protest and more safari. No, in the natural habitat. Once I have National Geographic, if we to me, if follow Moana, no one here sometimes so as a same way, Badayu, a same way, woman, ye pie and Tamonia day, and wasa. Enti se Cheeder or per se or boa Ghana tourism. A pine be brave or so bet me and boa tourism. Say a be a Ghana zoo na walk on na. Ajie go na enye ye na enwe na omo ye nya kwadu mo muni no ene na ha no be o person go change ya enka obetumi. There is so many other animals are omo ye native to Ghana. Me ba twa what na say so person o boost to minimum no and I mean the people who are advising him on this particular issue no the NCA what they attract enipa ne say ye beka say sa moa we say wo pebi wo ba bia wo nya o gisa wo ko Ghana. These animals are not native to Ghana. Now, then, I say, what the bear tourist attraction? I didn't na Sebio and Moana, one year native to Ghana. A big crowd, Burkina, Unkunyabi or Ukotoba, Unkunyabi or Assam count. Sa and Moano, and I will protect you all more. Now we use almost as tourism. Obi beka say, hey, sabi person me a year or they say crocodile. This have called paga. Ye cry yet to Ghana Puno. Obi to be called paga coco share a denchem. They remember as a crocodile near a denchem. Yana me who how I make say.
Your friends say crocodile alligators no.
Yes, they are denchem no more paga.
Denchem crocodile no crocodile a pond no never pagano right.
Pagano. Inti me who say if genuinely and yes be a sabi as you attract a crown a yemini abe macheda. And I will call Dubai, no so on will see Dubai no ye. You know, Sebianka, if genuinely he wants to promote tourism in Ghana, he needs to focus on animals who are native to Ghana. I will show more baby a womb and I be grandpa one more type, no Ghana penny be a day. As it says, midway babe come Metakwa Abidjan, Metakwa Ivory Coast. Sabi Asante for woman to Copotana Ivory Coast. Womu enwini kente ye kente enso womu kente no different from the ye no bone no enti sa wokọ yamo sukuru a na wo firi Kumasi na eba wo de kente a ya nwini bone kwa yamo sukuru ni bawle ni somu a esombo ma no compared to one enti me so be kwa me to kente wo bizam wo free Ghana na aba wo ba be to kente wo ha am say yes mo so mo de ye ne ye de me friend mo say no Ghana kente ye international like no te ya mosukuo wonim na mamre ne na mane but o free say Abidjan ni ya mosukuo ni na ka kire me wo so wo free Kumasi to Abidjan wo fans ma afo so star kakra ye dey e ka ho ti no ono wo ware a wo beba bonwira be token I was shocked kente keke no osi no opede ya nwene no bonwira because e ho na amamre ka kire ne say enti no eno de me de betwa mu but if you want people to feel attracted to something, I'm saying it's important. Say ade no, native to Kurono. Me say me call the banku says yeah, Madam Fubi, say amunenia or free you what they say. So gako pay. Meaning banku ye, but me to be Fred the casa challenge. They made the banku was
oh yeah, Makai Stacy. Oh yeah, Makai Stacy.
Stacy, yes. And me ya bankura no matter how I met try say me ya bankuno. And Madam for Marie the enyepe. And I miss so me ye fufuo so komana. Ono so se me fufuo no. The chain one on the ono kwad ultimate fufuo ni tunk ono ne nkwan na fufuo na Madam say yanya ni sao. And ono so se me banku e de nti ewi ase bibi a wo no authenticity na hu hia. Cheddar obetumi a promote Ghana yi na say tourism means say Ghana ye no kra wo de ba be ye say tourism. Inti Cheddar say tourism na opeso promote Nyankopon sha Ghana ade bi ebebo nipa ama adwuma akoso na armed robbery to betwa na nipa kunkum to betwa ye na ye support but bringing endangered species into a residential community and telling Ghanaians that this is how you are going to boost tourism is a nice vision by me pacho Kopaga.
Yo me pacho Cheddar Kopaga mama ready comment kakra ewa ha your friend is saying Frida pana my Frida me chiao me josopa Frida say hi Afia and Obi, how are you Frida ya hoye pa ti unkanso ache kakra madam be ediba say I love mystery, very intelligent contribution mystery there entina oba na mama ne time because utie whatever is going on before and sound within the submission into the submission by say she is talking from experiences, talking from intellectual talking and okay we're very 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 good addition to our program to be honest.
Bro be mean no this is the Beatrice mentioned mystery submission no once a mystery kasa no can baby say when it comes to activism now ye wo mo a no correct activism no ye wo nipa miensa wo mo ye wo agitators no so wo hwe America so wo mo ye demonstration ye wo agitators wo mo be call front line it is so obi a wo chess bia you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to activism now you have your front line fighters woman na uhu streets no so no the people who organize protests uhu woman na woman ye legal team no woman na wokwane ekoche woman be ba bebeli we free jail no enti boys na muhu woman street mo no any ade no they are almost like the hierarchy of activism no woman ne sebe asrafo asojafo ayese mo na monko street mu na monko agitate the system no to bring awareness but omo tina table no omo fa plan how are we going to proceed and yes our legal team and even in most activism no yes so the church aspect of it to asofo ne ade a wo penny ye no wo ne him for no omakwa akohia enti so who say be activism and protest be ko ho wo police ni no wo so within your police service no you have community outreach wo betumi aka say the youth are agitated wo hine be na wo krom ho osofo be maamefo be ne yemfrɛ wo mo metena table ho na nke ye no wo mo ne dey enkasa na Ghana de ye nya ne saa ye twituo ne ye de akwa akokum wo na enipa ba ko wo no miensa afa ho awu nti se ne na mystery ka no saa pepe ne
a problem to be honest with you. Okay, Madam Harriet, Madam Delicious, or say tigers. Oh my God, my neighbor has a dog, and before I get out each day, I have to look around and make sure there are no dogs outside. I will be traumatized knowing a tiger lives next door to and Beatrice going to say the neighborhoods are complaining about the stench and the noise they make. Years ago, a pet chimpanzee ripped off a face of the friend of the neighbor of the owner. Okay. Okay. Adia mama me share de bin pacho aka bet is 10 minutes near the journey dey na baby. Adia ya me nwanwan say mystery kasa no oka say how did Cheeder got to bypass all the security points to bring also all kasa no Cheeder kasa no or say all the necessary permissions he got. That means to say empanimfo na se o matwa omo ho aba tieni yo empanimfo na o matwa omo ho aba se de ye beje moa ne de o makọ ye friend is saying forestry ni sa ne o ma ne ye make plans ye ho ahwan no they know about it because for the moa no for plane and the free ton sabi yam smuggle or the free plane no the free Saudi Arabia ho and I say Dubai ho e the bar your friend is saying ebedru airport odu airport no ntie ka say ya nseche no say even or smuggler odu airport no ye hu oh baby a ye security wise no akakodru and as o feel say o time odo o ba no de no mo ye nkitenkete nti o mu nyini da so say the situation mpacho ya no ma me na because e proment ya say
the mischief kakra betare hu
mpacho manenko me manenko obi amfrɛ ye enti ye betimi obi fra mema wa ye na mafa nipa kro no me ba cho manenko
age won se me ye on wa say
wetu e me nwa say no okay yemfa ne say hwe enti say ye wo law wo ho say these animals no you are endangering emo a omo ben omo ye around no that means say wa bulo no so enti say ye ba be chinege na kokota ko prescription na and I say ye jane sa kwa no nam ho no oh me pacho brem
obi Cheeder onye ni paketo organa za
at this moment here say Ghana no nya sika u de wo na wo se wo ye hwan kra wo nya sika oni mpanifo ne betun say
me gas onye ni paketo organa sa yentu abama no ni fie adehye akonwa bi ani wa ye de nasi so ye de nasi akonwa so bi ani eminim na nan ne wo hene mesra wo se so wo di wo hini wo fie ani but onye ni paketo simply because we're elevating him through his wealth. What you say? And Ghana, sikato niemeni na wo Ghana. Say mystery mention agrada. Say eniema agrada no, criminal, fraud. Eniema nana apia mensa men's gold be no. The same path na yehu ye no. Say sikati mi manipa almost like infinite freedom. Ghana. And why be nice to say Cheeder enjoy Ghana? He's associated with the right people. He has money. He can contribute to the politicians' ambitions. And in Ghana, and in almost all societies, it buys you a certain level of freedom. Say me Ghana na me near fra. Na me crack a crime be our service dog or crowd on the boa me amehuna. And now the Ghana immigration for the bay me and sana crime and crana or boa me say they are menya vision. What they me vision no. How I am a service dog no. Protocols in your man me kuna. Easy. But he is Cheeder. Oh sika, oh fame, wa baby enuma. Ebi krampa MPB and say presidential appointee be baby ne you are the saying the girl be akosha Cheeder such a hotels come
oh yeah oh as a matter of fact no I'm so Sheridan Hotel I see Sheridan Hotel
many
5-star
many meeting so that me so so I want to and but I don't want them penny for you
papa
if I have to say anything about it, and I will it will be mischievous. But the truth is, Ghana and him say it's Cheeder the call Ghana need so what they sabi Jata and the man and nana mukre Ghana immigration officer the stop on. Obia and Casa was stop Cheeder. Cheeder have bought his right to do what he wants in Ghana. Neighbors, they have every right to complain about residential area. Now, the say I know say you walk na obi bebie night club kra no bebo nyuma ye da entam hofo no to me KMA e ka say club ya wa bebie high resident yet me be shati ni pane down na empanimfo ya abo ma hwa me ni pane dijata na ba or the abedu residential area ho no mo me ya sure say neighborhood for no mo free complaining yen no say nka media for am ama social media for am I'm telling you, Kapenimuna, Yasman coffee also on remove Muado. We'll call crowd, we'll catch the pussy. All correct, sir. Then I said that did I tell you I crash and blue Pamano. No, Ghana is a place where money can buy you a lot of things, including endangering your neighbors. Yes, you can pay for all of these things in Ghana.
Yeah, okay.
And the State of the Union, next year. So any other way, and you would deceive yourself. And sometimes I think say you can't and say about Ghana now because say your politics near and so NDC bank I won't kind of sounds and comfort cancer and Nippon so ending sad yeah cause we new bro be so baby no can I'm glad see everything I near can a TF4 in as normal TA. If you haven't made them and I can be.
Yeah, but the time now, time until them I mean jam man, a cacket to have been a wrap up on my and affair, means I'm looking run affair, wrap up now. Kona, Obia sending me he say a muano, a big wakana. Absolutely. Sir, in Ukraine was sending me was here and say so be now can say a bini you just a South African quano, a big wakana as a matter of fact. That means he say they all can say or they be boost tourism and all that stuff. No, before so looky, who share aha. Nipa almost such things, they are far almost countryside. Now someone say I don't know, so Kaya, Ohio. And maybe about some years ago, I think I did 4 or 5 years, some years ago. Now Obi wo such a place and a tourist attraction site. I'm say for some reason, Mwano eku unipano. And I got into the street and police for a shoot to be a tigers got into the street in no. They were far from the city. Young for neighborhood mu. We are talking about tigers here. Somewhere with tigers where they can grow and they can weigh almost about 400, 500 pounds. Almost very, very, very big. And almost very strong. Or so unipamua. Almost seno. On say, Mamenka debi bako was this tigers, Unim say almost katremana eda omanumuno. Ye wo
spikes.
Spike was so. Enti ordinary tekrema no e fa skin ni say ya it means enti omonya mmoa and a mystery san kind said they are very, very intelligent and smart. Almost a do to know your weak points before they pounce on you.
Broby, so okay, Las Vegas. There were 2 magicians, be Siegfried and Roy. No, almost the tigers in the year almost show no.
Right
now, one day, almost show down a tiger back. And say earlier in the day, later, no, almost earlier in the day, I'm say during rehearsal, no, the handler, no, the trainer, now on any show, and I'm say, oh, boy, and say, na, it's intelligence, na, make no. After during the show, no, a drew, baby, during rehearsal, papa, na, boy, a drew when abuano assume, say, baby, I drew, I now, where they
Ebebome.
And what the name now? Who could go Siegfried and Roy? A 2014 war rape. What a you for me, German for me, you almost show no a Las Vegas Siegfried and Roy.
Oh, if you call. If you call na me ma wa bemuna wa babe your friend is wa babe rap up mama but I'm say when to me and you.
But it also say M1 Emsa type Cheeder one and research. Ras Mubarak, Ako, Nukrum, Chiripone, Wobokuni, Chiriponiana. I am one be one year under Ghana government protection. Sa white tigers now 1 year endangered species now on the walk of every free Dubai Aban. Ras Mubarak akwegyina ho no mo aye video abeto ho no mo se obra se na wo pebidi anka wo be sire man ke eboa na me de mesa aka me submission na ne say Cheeder as a business person no wo pese wo ye business in this tourism area bra memre kora afrosoro ho paga ho uduru ho no se si a abrofo ibeba wo mo makokọ a no macho ama emo ano 50 Ghana me kora me kwa cashier wo I did you scam. So I am found commercial brody.
Yo, for all too soon, no, yeah, the program, no, but yeah, so about more than 2 hours, no, and so, more, and we just said, I'm saying, BB, Eddie, a free musa there, you can, no, minya, a fear, I was so, and I face so, look, is so by every day, the name dear, ever touch, looky, a tiny in your program, pa, a year, so, Naja. Yeah, na why busy kakra and intina ya na munta hunu se shishun but the nedie or to me about the cancer. Look at me that say uba and tifo nyina so I enjoy program no pa moi mutimi efre ebabisi su nyina no mechia ubia medamasi Peter menu eba so sisia na abet kankam so eba so mystery medase se ofre na also ode unimdie ebeka bra kwa me eba so asare Eric na ohwe Ebenezer and so eba so Kill Hot Show, the Kill Hot Show, Kill Kwaku, and so na on so was as a matter of fact on na sending me video na nan can person me bo the Ras Mubarak Bekaya no nan person me bo but men to me ano be opare and so eba so abne chan eja Isaac Margaret say wa Jachi Richard and eja Isaac biom eba so Frank oba so Madam Beatrice Gonu and so efrey Madam Harriet Munina Michia Munina I was for Adom ya nyame adoma next week ye be sign aba ayi so na ye de foforo e de abrem wa wonya kwan ene me etenase ye beto sa me mechia wo bia ye frɛ me obi me ena ekoso dwumadie me di ho echia me nyame adoma Friday shia afia e de adajo enkomo ye nyina ye ba beboa na ode aba last week ye topic no na ye kama ye erectile dysfunction ho enkomo this week you see the bibia a good ebeba ababechem na me adoma ye besan ehia twumadi emuti ewo eco radio obgh program muti no eco radio musan ete no anase ohwe ewo YouTube afesu Facebook obgh series yina ye wa ha patcho subscribe na like ye na beka abusuako no because ye tretre ye ntaban mu edeko ye wonwapa edema Ghana medamu nyina ase ubia ema bye ni hwe wo suye bye